Uh, what up, chat? What up? What up? I'm getting the teams ready. I went live. I went live when this went live. What up, Paul? What up? What up? My BTK jersey is a little stanky. It partied a little too hard last night. I was sweating up a damn storm in my room. I got basic in there. I'm super tired still. I'm about to be sleeping like a baby. We was there. Yeah, sweaty, sweaty. Get up, what up, Arco? Let me start the poll. Let me start the poll. Let's see what we've got. Who's gonna win today? BTK. A77. Cooking up some quick food real fast while I get the players ready. I'm hoping they all get in the damn lobby beforehand. You want me to get them on cam, Dave? Like, you just do like half the team? Zane's in the shower. He's the only one that's not responding. It's like the player rituals or something. A 100%. It's definitely confirmed. He said that he was in the shower 10 minutes ago, so he should be out. Hopefully soon. I need. What up, Ritz? It's everyone. The invasion. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm working on it. Yo, do we got Zane? I just heard him. Panda, panda, panda. Thank you. Get out of here. Get your big head out of here, dude. Ready up once you get in. Tarzan said he's getting on cam. What's that? Stream? Yeah, yeah. Midnight, did you join that Discord? Okay, okay. I gotta give you permission for the channel, so. Alright, I give you permission. It'll be in there. Alright, basic streaming, nice. What the hell are you streaming? ISO, Mar, Gauss, J, Mar, ISO, Sir Rose, Tarzan, Yureshi. Trex is real loud. Is there no sound, chat?
Being the end of the line, though, this is that last chance to see who is going to be that second team going to the grand finals in Las Vegas.
I think, honestly, above even who goes to Vegas, I think it's worth taking into account that I finally got a guess right. And with that being said, Trex, can you take us into the playoff brackets?
All right, it's been a long haul. All 8 teams started off.
Making sure you guys can't hear anything you shouldn't be.
Accumulated to last night where we saw A77 take out DA in a devastating 3-0 sweep, but the GG and BTK game went all 5 games down to the line, 50-50, and it's leaving everyone guessing, you know,
Tarzan's in there. I mean, if you want to stay in there, Zane.
Go up against BTK tonight.
Yeah.
Who's going to move
I mean, if you
forward?
just want to 1v1 them in the cam.
So close, what is grand finals going to look like?
Yeah, 1v1
I
cam.
definitely think it's worth taking into account that we have to remember what these teams are fighting for. And at the end of the day, it is this massive $25,000 prize pool. It's that first prize of $10,000 paired with 100,000 diamonds. And then again, prizes thereafter
Pizza.
scaling. And with that being said, there
Got
is
the
so
pizza
much
secured,
on the line.
Ritz.
And with so little time left, we are really getting to that point. So tell me, what do
Yo,
you guys
basic,
think
ready
you would
up.
do with that money? What would you do with that 10,000? I want to hear from both of you.
A couple new suits, you know. I'd buy a new host. You know, and me and Private would go get, you know, some Korean barbecue like we do every time in Vegas, but a lot of Korean barbecue.
Yeah, it's
I'll just ship you a slice.
The prize pool for everybody. Mostly, though, the big thing here is like being able to hoist that banner of North America going into the international stage, especially for an event like MSC. And I think that's what has kind of invigorated a lot of teams. The whole of North America right now is just what it means to represent North America, and then that stepping stones that we have here that will carry us beyond.
And I do think that makes a great point. I think a lot of these players are playing not just for a prize pool, but for the glory, for that name on the NACT trophy, and the right to say, hey, as far as North America is concerned, we are him.
The
right
gambling's
now.
broke.
So, with that being said, Private, can you take us into today's matchup?
Yeah, today it's going to be two teams, two stories, two huge lines of history backing here in North America. It is the Bloodthirsty Kings taking on Area 77. Both of these teams fighting for their survival here
on your
the
pizza.
NACT. Both, I want to say, licking their wounds from matches that brought them to the lower bracket. But here is
the
where
BTK jersey a little
here
stanky.
is who tells us who's going to meet that Titan in gaming.
I didn't want to be.
Speaking of who's going to meet who, Trex, can you take us through the BTK roster?
The BTK roster, one that we've gotten to know very well. Basic in the gold lane, Cole World in the roaming position, Nicolette in the mid lane, Moba Zane in the jungle, and the GOAT himself, Mielo, in the EXP lane. You know, the doubters, whatever they have to say, the naysayers wondered how this lineup was going to get themselves together in time, and so far, they have not disappointed, but they have one more hurdle before they get to Vegas.
And with that being said, as strong as BTK has been looking, we've also seen a lot of dominance coming from Area 77. Private?
Yeah, especially when it comes to their roster. We're going to have ISO bringing up the gold lane, Roman J. Cutie. Mark Cutie, new this season for the mid, but not new in North
Never
America.
tried out Ranch?
Tarzan at the jungle. And Yureshi, that former MPL XP laner, bringing it up for Area 77.
I think a lot of these teams are, you know, a lot of these teams have been wanting to put out some of the energy and become the enigma that some of these, you know, Area 77, BTK, GG have actually managed to be. And with that being said, I've really left with a lot of questions, even coming into this match, not even getting into the whole Vegas thing yet. I feel like there's so much still that we have left to air out, because this has been, you know, not only a roller coaster of a season, but it's been very dramatic. There's a lot of stories that go into a lot of these experienced teams. And again, when with the people that are boiling down into, I feel like there's a lot to talk about.
I mean, Area 77.
Is Stella in
BTK,
prison? I don't think so. She's probably just taking a break.
That goes down for the centuries, the lore of NA, right? And it never seems to really disappoint. But Area 77 with their most recent lineup, right? You know, full of Filipino blood, a lot of pride. They've slowly kind of built up some more of a fan base too. I feel like you have Jay Cutie, Yureshi, both coming over from the MPL scene across the seas. I mean, it's a team, and they take out BTK day one of season. I mean, there's definitely a lot to unpack here, but BTK now has grown a lot over the season, and I'm wondering, I feel like this time it's like, can Area 77 do what they did in the beginning of the season again?
For me, it kind of boils down to one word, and that is pressure. I want to say Area 77, they've been up here at this point before, but they've never been.
I don't want to
this
eat all
high.
my pizza
For
before
me,
the match.
they've already surpassed what they did last season as well. And let's not forget, last season, this is where BTK hit that wall. Right when it came up to the semifinals, everybody was expecting them to meet, well, back then, the Ohio brothers in the grand finals. And unfortunately for them, they met Avalon, a newly, I want to say, invigorated Avalon, and got knocked out of the tournament. Here, they're going to be taking on a team who they already know they cannot underestimate.
Pizza it is.
They already took that loss in the regular season here against a team like Area 77. So BTK, you know that
Jack's pizza.
Them. They don't want to make that same mistake that they made at the season. They don't want to make that same mistake that they made last season at the semifinals here once again.
So I think we all know the facts, but the question is what are the opinions? Who do you guys think is going to win?
Mighty fine. It's a mukbang.
After hearing Private just now, Area 77, I almost want to change my vote because there is such a good point of like last season we saw the comeback of Area 77. They get to 4th place. They have this crazy season run last season. If anyone does remember, they barely made it into playoffs and they just snuck in by like a point or two, and then they get knocked out of 4th place. This season, now they're at 3rd place. You know, they're fighting for a grand finals finish. So it's a storyline to follow, man. But in the end, yeah, BTK baby. I don't want to talk about votes right now, all right? Wait. How did Wheezy go up 3 on me? These are wrong. There's something up here. I only guessed 2 wrong yesterday, and we were the same vote.
What did Private get one right?
Oh, yeah, that's because I guessed Area 77 over devious activity. But when we're talking about stats, here's the thing for me. There's juju.
Rex is mad, chat.
I don't know if you guys can feel it, but it is the spiritual connection that happens with a lot of these votes. And last time,
Rex is mad, bro.
Beat BTK. I had voted for BTK. So I don't want to change things.
Rex over here texting the producers, calling them fucking dicks.
To what BTK has built here, because I want to say when it comes to the numbers, when it comes to who has been here before, of course you're going to be pointing at BTK. This is Area 77's moment to shine, to prove everybody wrong. We're going to see during the match what the fans have voted as well, but I want to say it's mostly.
Why you mad? Because
BTK and
his predictions were wrong.
Area 77 is fighting against and for here.
So I came up with a non-conventional outlook. Almost all of my guesses up to date have been wrong. So with that being said, I voted for BTK. Let's go Area 77. Reverse psychology before Trek starts to roll into me. Get your phones ready because I think we got a giveaway.
Ooh, we love a good giveaway, guys.
You guys
QR
see it. We've got the codes up. We got the QR codes. We've got a plethora of different options for you guys to pick from if you can manage to be within the 40-person first come first serve limited quantity of skins. With that being said, make sure you guys are fast because it might already be too late. These things go fast. Some of these guys stacking up with 2, 3, 4, 5 phones, and just like that, I'm out of a paycheck.
I'm out of a paycheck.
Supply all the skins. Like the giveaways are actually just Zeke. So make sure you guys get them because it all comes out of his casting check at the end of the day.
Yeah,
Love CC.
I'm in poverty.
Be gentle with those skins.
What was the BTK Uranus Alpha draft? They just suspected that it was the all go Indo.
Get you guys primed up. There's
I
only
didn't even say that shit right.
Here tonight, but pretty much one of the most important series of this playoffs here, because this is one person will be leaving here. Unfortunately, this is going to be the end of the road.
Last year, Tarzan Gabzane, dude, that shit was crazy on the live stage.
There's a lot of advantage for BTK, but I cannot stress how even this is right now, and what, like I have said already, Area 77 already has walked away with a victory over BTK. Some say like this was kind of like that fated match that was supposed to happen 2 years ago when we first started
BTK went to Scrim GG Patrol. Well, when BTK ranks, they don't have like their coach. Like they're just playing. They're playing off of what they
to finish the job.
They can
to kind of stand up as like a new top of the line here in North America.
With that
It's
being
also the
said,
MS
Area
problem.
77 did come into at least the playoffs.
The MS
They said it
problem's
before
huge.
the regular season, but they said it again coming into the playoffs. They are gonna get to Vegas, but tonight is the night that we find out if that is the case. Who will come out on top? We're gonna find out in the draft.
The coach is a big factor in a team, chat. 100%.
I do want to point something out real quick, Private. You know, this match right here gives me like
ban and draft page, man.
Jitters, man. Because if we go back like a few years ago,
When you seen that draft
finals I ever casted,
it's
BTK,
all right, bro.
Area
They're
77.
gonna they got it this time around. We'll see.
That have
We'll
been
see.
around since the beginning, right? And I think, you know, for a while Area 77 kind of fell apart, and for a while we've been waiting for them to kind of pick back up the pieces and become a mainstay. And you know, what better opponent to have?
Every team just has its like kryptonite, man. You know, like
these two right here. You know, it brings back memories.
BTK is like GG's kryptonite,
right,
but
I
like
hope it doesn't disappoint.
we still have a really tough time.
I mean, that's why ultimately we're really hoping for. We want to see that best of 5 like we saw with BTK taking on Gaming Gladiators.
I don't know. We'll see.
Gone either way there. And here, right now, BTK taking on Area 77. Such strength and such name stays here for both of these teams. I mean, for one, to point out, Tarzan's jungling ability has just been top-notch. Mark Hudi, while not always in the mid lane, he's shined wherever he's gone, whether it's been in the gold lane position, whether it's in the mid. But talking about people that
I tried to eat it last night, chat. It was not that. I couldn't get it.
Climb to the top of the ranks as a great roam for BTK. And let's not take anything away from Nicolette, who has been like just such a prominent in that mid lane, especially when it comes to heroes like Valentina or Faramis. Those heroes.
I know. What you call it?
I want to say her
Zia said that BTK was like GG's kryptonite, but I think it's like it works both ways. Like BTK still like a 50-50% chance, like if we actually beat GG.
We're already seeing some of them come up.
Just because like both teams are so like neck and neck.
Vicious, man.
It literally comes down to the draft. And sometimes like awkward drafts can definitely win, but not all the time.
It is monstrous, and even if they want to, they can always flex it over to Jay. Just the Arlott in general is a vicious pick. Area 77 also picking up the Valentina, something we saw Nicolette favor into a lot last night.
Brats was like
up against
destroying me in rank last night, chat.
Against GG last night on this pick, so already kind of limiting things, but with the Lao Yi band out, now it's like, so what do we pick on her? The Novaria's open. We didn't see her really jump into that much last night, but already kind of, it's kind of, I guess it's Vex, something along those lines. But we're already starting to limit down on what she's going to be able to pick up. And now with her going into second phase, if Area 77 wants to ban into her, it makes it even tougher.
Yeah, really interesting here is we were talking about it off air a little bit. Matilda survives the first round of bans and picks, potentially, depending on where we go with JQT here. But a lot of priority being paid into, and yeah, it is going to take out. I don't even know if they're going to kind of ban it out here. We do have the Roger out there. I'm going to assume that that's going to be going into the marksman position. We've already seen how great, and I've been talking about this for the last few weeks. There's so many
Edith's getting picked a lot. Edith is definitely like a meta pick now.
Such an instrument and a tool for a team.
Edith is almost like
things around. We saw
make it or break it.
Able to get the Savage yesterday with that.
Just because of like how much of a follow up your team can like come up with.
A lot of these teams because of what he can bring after he's gotten those items, after he gets into the mid lane here, and then now Mielo picking up that Edith. I'm not sure if this is going to be for that
Roger's definitely
or we're going to use it for Cold World to get a lot of those sets in just yet.
I mean, the Roger, it's just the reap ability, the chase ability, the ability to clean up and
no spoiling this time, chat. No spoiling this time. I can see the game though,
and I think we see it all the time. We saw last night after the big Lord fights, after those big brawls.
Valentina is like kind of rough.
Really just capitalize on multiple members compared to certain other marksmen, but the Edith pick has just. It's one of those picks that we see fall out, come back in, fall out, come back in. And it's just interesting, some of these small meta changes, even to heroes that, haven't had exactly big buffs or big nerfs in a sense, but I think it's more about what else is falling off and on and what else is getting picked more. And I think Edith, just in general, with pick pressure, with something like Rogers, some of these more, they just need a little bit of time to be able to unload enough damage. It's where picks like the Edith are kind of becoming a bit more prevalent.
Yeah, we did see that BTK went ahead, took off Harith off the board, which has been one of those bigger counters for the Roger in the lane. The amount of damage he has with Harith's new changes, his first ability, the swing on it, he's a lot quicker, so he can fill in with that Zaman Force and get those dashes, first ability, dash, very smoothly, and he just becomes so oppressive for the enemy team. But Area 77 very quickly pick up Claude to kind of match out with the damage that we're going to have coming out of BTK. And I do want to say, BTK has been very good about a lot of the ultimates that they're giving to this Valentina. I mean, you've got the Appraiser's Wrath out there. You've got the metaphysical change from basic, Primal Wrath. I mean, a lot of these ultimates, Sands, I want to say now we've given them kind of a Divine Judgment and potentially a Swan Song. So, I mean, you're going to have a little bit of that damage and potentially, I want to say, matching up that Divine Judgment.
Damn, the Odette.
There's that Odette. We were just talking about that off cam too. We were wondering what is up with this. And, you know, we've seen it a few times.
The Edith, bro, the magic damage on BTK side's crazy.
We've seen it trickling in and out here and there. We've seen it do well. We've seen it do bad. There's still a lot of, I don't think we've really gotten like an official account yet from any like big coach or anything of like what the point of it is. I think a lot of us as casters are still kind of like theorizing. For me, I think it can.
Dude, I've seen Trex. Have you guys seen Trex on that podcast, bro?
Close rangey.
It was like the MLBB analyst desk.
Swan song and everything. So
he said NA is as bad as Malaysia, bro. I was like, God damn.
But
I was like, Jesus Christ.
On the side of BTK, we saw a very similar lineup like this last
night. He said we were as bad as Malaysia. I was like, God damn, Trex.
It is attack and
support North America, my boy. Why you throw us under the table like Malaysia?
Bracket finals, BTK up against Area 77.
Yeah, and I've got to wonder what kind of stress.
Yeah, bro. Trex was like, "You're fucking. Ooh, what is going on here?"
Like we said, they've been at this.
That right screen's a little rough.
Losing to Avalon.
You haven't listened to it yet?
Finals last season. Then Area 77 also.
My dog is laying his head on my chair because he wants pizza. You're not getting pizza, bro.
The little viewers. I want to say this is closer than I thought it would be for BTK. 30% and 70% for BTK.
Yeah, he be savage. He be savaging us, man. I love my boy Trex. Like, God damn.
Viewers have been jumping on the boat with them, you know. I mean, even with the Nicolette able to get the kill on a Marcuti already.
There's no sound in game again.
Some of the trade-offs there.
At least I can't hear it on the live feed.
Kind of the aggression from Nicolette already happening.
Yeah, and that's going to set, and you don't realize these little things are going to be what sets Area 77 back.
Oh, it was on the split. I heard it on the split cam, yeah. That's weird.
Now we do have a little bit of an aggression coming in at the bottom jungle.
Yeah, a little bit of damage on a JQ.
It's only like a minute 20 this time. It's not like, it's not 2 minutes.
He's able to maybe delay Zane as much
this time around
and help Marcuti get ahead.
Yeah, as we were looking at some of those emblems, a whole lot of quantum charges coming out from everybody, especially on the side of Area 77. You saw a lot of the agility out there as well. We're going to be looking at a very mobile
quantum charge meta now, chat.
To engage very quickly and not really kind of hold these lords or these objectives very long. They're going to look to get in, get that damage off, and then kind of
course Tarzan goes Martis, bro.
You can see here we're starting on that very.
I think Martis actually counters Odette.
Mobazane gonna be able to kind of start things off here.
Don't let him 50-50 this, bro.
Tarzan Cutie on the bot side. Definitely got to keep an eye on him, but Cold World doesn't have level 4 yet. Nicolette does. Here comes the Swan Song. Tarzan Cutie though.
I knew that was. It was only fucking.
So does Mobazane.
It was literally only Nicolette and.
It's gonna be a turtle plus 2 kills.
Oh no, Cold World was in there too. It was 3v4.
Yeah, almost shades of what we saw last night from BTK facing Gaming Gladiators. BTK able to get the objectives, but Gaming Gladiators really punishing them right after. You can see here Area 77. This time they get the turtle themselves and are able to punish BTK with 2 kills there, especially Mobazane, who was just right in the middle of the fray and not able to escape. You can see here ISO getting a little bit of pressure down there up at the top lane. And now Jay Cutie doing his
Jay
best
is
to kind of
so
harass
annoying on
Mobazane
Grok
for his purple buff.
I mean, he's been doing that for a while now. Mobazane does get the purple buff there, but since the beginning of the game, we've just been seeing Jay in his jungle, man, in his face, always keeping tabs on Mobazane, and it could be one of the reasons why Area 77 has been able to move around so cleanly, but able to just kind of do whatever they want because they always know where Zane is, they always know where Cold World is, Nicolette as well, and they haven't been able to take out Zane. Jay Cutie looking for the steal here. They are able to get the Divine Judgment onto him, pull him back, but he uses the flicker. Should be able to get away here. Milo also trying to lock on. They get the flip up. They get the knock up, and down comes the bonk. Mobazane able to get the kill. But still, using 4 members, look at all the pressure coming into the mid lane. Look at all the pressure on the top side. All of that just to take out Jay Cutie still almost feels like a win for Area 77.
Yeah, and you're talking about additional costs. You had 3 ultimates there spent there.
Except Mobazane haters use fake birthdays? What does that even mean?
Back and forth. The kills don't really matter as much as it is when you're able to start pushing into these towers, when you're able to actually make something out of some of these kills and prioritize some of those objectives. Right now we're seeing, yeah, he did get taken down there, but they're in an actual prime position for this next turtle.
Ooh, Yureshi brought very low. Does end up going down. Milo able to pick up the kill. Mobazane also trying to get involved in this. Tarzan Cutie taking a lot of damage. Finally drops. Nicolette able to find it. And wait, the Divine Judgment also locks on. Another one falls. There's 3 members down for the side of Area 77. BTK quickly turning things around here. Second turtle up, ready to go. The lead has now shifted over.
Yeah, what a punishing fight for Area 77. Not only do they lose 2, almost 3 members there, but also they're going to give up this turtle and now pressure onto the purple buff. And there's not really much they can do about it. They're starting to wane, or they're starting to, I was about to say bleed out gold, but it's still kind of centered around them. But that fight, it was a little elongated for Area 77. They spent a little too much time at the bottom, really trying to kind of come to blows when they need to kind of continue on with that plan. Make sure that you're not getting flanked. Make sure that you have people to kind of support these fights instead of just kind of blindly looking for opportunities.
I mean, we still have ISO and Basic up in the gold lane. Kind of want to talk about them a bit. ISO has been getting a little bit better of the rotations. I feel like has been pushing in a little bit harder on Basic.
I didn't know.
Here.
I forgot there's an age limit to YouTube.
How that's going to start affecting in the late game, how both members are going to be able to really help out the team, I think it could be huge. Because personally, I like the scaling of the Claude into the later game. But if Cold World can target down Claude when some of these big fights happen, if one
didn't like Omega beat AP Bryn last night, that was crazy.
Problem, and it could be the win con for BTK.
Yeah, it just depends because there's a lot of peel on the side of Area 77. They got the wild charge out there. You've got Tarzan can actually come in there with the Mortal Coil. You've got the Frighten from Mark Cutie. Yureshi has the final slash. So
I made this pizza at my house.
For us to try to bait out that Divine Judgment, try to get Cold World in.
It's like a
close,
Jack
and then
pizza
turn
or
it
something.
around on him. I'm not sure who got that, but right now Mobazane very confident with his ability right now, rushing into the jungle, able to kind of steal some minions away from Area 77, which is a little bit of a change up that we saw from right at the beginning of this game. So it does look like BTK kind of relaxed as we do have a conceal coming out.
Can I get some?
World looking for a possible target. Not going to be able to lock on to anything there. They decide to back off. Don't overcommit at all. Turtle going to be up in 8 seconds. Want to make sure they have a good position for that.
I like
this
pineapple.
Is stuff that I really appreciate about them. They don't linger. They don't try to force a fight. They go up there. They weren't able to find an opportunity. Yureshi in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, Yureshi actually makes the engage on Mielo, but now maybe regretting it. Mielo chasing down all by himself. Yureshi does dash back in. Mielo forces a flicker, but Mark Cutie chases him down. Mark Cutie looking for the kill. Mark Cutie, one more shot, will get knocked up. Mielo still able to get away. Nice. Left him alone. ISO drops in the backside. Mark Cutie left him behind.
Oh, what a turn. They get so
Let's
thirsty
fucking
to try
go.
to chase that out that they leave their squishier members behind, and they find BTK finds a kill anyway, even while disengaging from that fight. Next turtle is up. Oh, final slash is out.
Big final slash. Nicolette able to get away though, but Area 77 making some plays, but not able to turn them into kills, not able to turn them into these big moments.
Yeah, and now we're going to go ahead and start on the next turtle. And BTK able to find a tower up at top and starting to push the macro at the bottom lane as well.
It almost feels like Area 77 might be, you know, trying a little too much. Instead of just like waiting for the exact moments, they're trying to turn everything into that exact moment. Mobazane able to take the turtle. Basic now engaging onto Tarzan.
Ooh, what a good
Tarzan
knock
get
up,
away
though.
there. Nice taunt onto JQ, but still nothing major. BTK going to move on to the mid tower in the tier 3. Clean things up. Bottom tier 3 as well, looking very low. And that's going to break. Once they break that one down, whole front line of towers down on the side of Area 77.
Yeah, that's going to open up the entire jungle. It's going to mean, like, as defensively. Oh, we have another Divine Judgment.
GG.
No survival there. JQD is going to go down, but ISO comes into the
What the
backside
fuck?
with the Blazing Duet, able to get some nice damage, but nothing too major. Still unable to fully unload on the side of BTK.
Roger's like
Area
OP
77
as
is gonna
fuck,
have
yeah.
to be careful checking bushes, everything, because Cold World is just waiting with those Divine Judgments.
Yeah, and unfortunately for ISO right now, just does not have the scaling, does not have the items that he needs just yet to be able to be doing it. Like, he had unloaded a full barrage onto him. He does have the Demon Hunter sword here as well. 2 items down, still looking for the Endless to really kind of hunker down, or no, still looking for the Golden Staff to really hunker down that damage on to Bloodthirsty Kings.
Definitely. I mean, once he gets that, we're going to start to see a bit more. He's definitely going to start being a lot more healthful, but he's not going to be able to do it alone. The rest of the team needs to also, you know, we need those sets from JQD, and I think that's going to start to be a problem is they need to find a way to deal with Cold World because JQD, it's true, he can't safely check things right now. Cold World isn't really playing the aggressive Kaja right now. He's more of the wait Kaja. I'm just going to wait for you to come to us, ult one of you. I don't always have to get ISO. If I can get any one of you off the map, then it's a win for my team.
So patient. You can see Colro didn't even move an inch. I would have jumped. I would have jumped in there and been like, ah, crap, my bad. But like, there's so patient waiting for Mobazane, trying to bait out some of these abilities right now. And you were perfect about mentioning Colro. He's gonna sit in this bush. He's gonna wait for it because so far Area 77 has not really been able to get to those team fights, to get these sets that they need to kind of kick off and initiate. Instead, they're always responding to BTK right now. And that's kind of a winning formula for BTK.
Yeah, it's almost rude what BTK is doing, like what Cold World's doing right now. It's like, nope, I'm not going to
Jesus
attack.
Christ.
We're just going to slowly
This is what I'm saying, bro.
let you suffocate over there. We're going to force you guys to come to us because right now they have the lead and they're not trying to make anything, you know, they're not trying to just like seal the deal right away. They know they have the advantage. Up in the boss side. Rashi gonna go down, and out comes Swansong. JQD caught in the midst of it, gonna fall as well. ISO with the Blazing Duet, unable to get away, or just able to get away. Mark Cutie.
Get out of there, Zane.
Get a Swansong of his
You
own.
crazy
Mobazane
fucking
does go down with
loon.
Decimation. Tarzan Cutie able
What
to get
the
the kills.
fuck?
2 for 1. Area 77 finding something there and stopping
Jesus
BTK
Christ.
from taking
Why,
this forward too
Zane?
fast.
Yeah, it's just that Area 77 needs.
Why'd you
to
run away from your
respect
teammates?
The ability of Cold World to match up those Divine Judgments with
Jesus
the flicker
Christ.
there. You saw your Reshi got completely surprised.
No
They
cams
lost
today.
That final slash, and then a lot of abilities used defensively. ISO comes in very quickly with that Blazing Duet. That Mark Cutie had to quickly use the Swan Song as well. Got killed anyway there, and now they're coming into this fight down 1 ultimate.
Yeah, they're trying to rush the Lord. They know Mobazane's not there. They know they don't have a Retribution, and they are able to take
God
it.
damn it,
Well
Zam.
played by Area 77. BTK did their best to delay them, did their best to maybe stop them, but Area 77 comes out with the Lord.
Oh, no,
Should
now I was
be able to
copying
buy
and
them a
pasting.
little bit of space, a little bit of time, a little bit of breath.
Yeah, I like this, how quickly they were able to transition. And Mobazane goes down. You can see here already that Divine Judgment. And then you're going to see all the abilities go off. Blazing Duet goes off there. And then Mark Cutie with the Swan Song. So they lost 2 ultimates there, but able to turn it around. As soon as they see that Mobazane is down, they don't have a retry. Area 77 very quick to the punch, got that Lord out because they had.
Why no face cams? Because everybody wants to focus, apparently.
Oh, Yureshi. Can't be walking into bushes like that, but a nice final slosh in response.
Come
Area
on.
77.
Come on.
Not down just yet, but you're
Let's
actually
go.
gonna take a lot of
There
damage
we
to the face and
go.
then falling. Nicolette with the flicker in. The Swan Song.
Let's go,
takes out
baby.
another
Oh,
memorable
shit.
way. Basic cut off by Tarzan. The Decimation locks on, and once again, it's a 1 for 2. Area 77 losing, but still
Chest
hanging
is
on.
sore.
Oh man, I'm not gonna lie, I really like the combination right now. ISO is starting to do a decent amount of damage. You saw the Blazing Duet come out there, but
Zane all alone.
Well,
I can't fucking
Duet,
move.
Tarzan just sitting right next to him,
Ooh.
waiting to be able to get that decimation out. Mobazane a little bit of trouble here. He's still
Boy said I couldn't move, but I'll bring the clap.
That was so much damage. The bonk is strong with this one right here. Private, the bonk is strong with this one. I mean, it's only a 1900 gold private. It feels like it's dead even.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I said, like, right now, it's coming down to fights. Mobazane, them, while I want to say BTK has, it feels like a
I can't move.
All it takes is one disadvantage. Mobazane goes down, Area 77, able to answer back with a Lord.
If anybody else was there to follow that up,
their own,
easy
starting to
GG.
kind of put on this offense. It's just, I want to say some of the team fights right now. Area 77 is looking for a good team fight and not to be caught out. Unfortunately, BTK's composition, the Divine Judgment, Cold World on that Kaja, they're made to get these little catch outs, these little ganks onto singular players.
Yeah, and you know, we said in the very beginning that ISO on the Claude, it's going to start to scale into the late game better than the Roger. Roger has a nice mid game. He does have a decent late game. Like, don't get me wrong, there's still lots of possibilities for the Roger, but he's going to start having trouble engaging. He's going to start having trouble really even being involved in these fights. And if BTK can't get any members of Area 77 low enough health, there is nothing for Basic to really do. He's not a shredder. He is a sweeper. He's meant to clean things up.
Lux on
and Area
drugs.
77, on the other hand, ISO, he can get involved right
Damn,
in
they're
the
pushing
beginning
that
of the
left
fight.
lane
He's
pretty
the one
hard.
who can drop people down to, 20% health so that Marcuti and Tarzan or Yureshi can clean things up. So it's definitely
All right,
slightly
Zane.
different compositions from
Don't
the
whiff
gold
this
laners.
one, bro.
And the farther this game goes on, I feel like Area 7 may start to have more and more of an advantage.
Yeah, as we're taking a look at some of the singular
someone
players
find
here, you can see Nicolette sitting
Tarzan.
on 5, 0, and 4, just doing an immense amount of damage with that Swan Song, and then Basic kind of able to come in on the rebound once they drop low enough to get that Lycan pounce onto the
This
lower
game would
members
have been
of Area
over if
77.
Zane didn't
But
die
now
in the mid.
The song and dance here at the Lord Pit as both teams vying for position.
And Nicolette, the unsung hero, definitely just dominating the game, 5-0-4, and it's one of those heroes on this, with this one song. It's not as like flashy. You don't really see what's happening when it's happening. You don't really notice it. But 5 kills, 0 deaths is an amazing
I am feeling better.
KDA.
I am feeling better.
Second, big pick on Yureshi
Oh,
here.
let's
Judgment does
go.
lock on. Yureshi goes
They
down.
knocked up
Another
Odette,
one.
though.
Immortality pops JQT trying to get away here.
Zane, don't
Zane on 2 members.
overcommit.
Marcuti forces
You
a
don't gotta
flicker.
be the damn
Basic gonna
tank.
lock on with the Lycan
There
pounce,
we
able to get the double kill. Another
go.
one falls. Tarzan is next. That's 3
Fucking
members down
go,
for
bro.
Area
That's how you
77.
do it.
Still standing for BTK, and the Lord should go down next.
Dude, I was like on a
It
10
doesn't
lose
matter
streak
what
last
type of
night, bro. I was
self potential you
raged.
have,
I was
how much
tilted.
CC you have. If the enemy team like BTK can get these
Nice.
pickoffs, it's not even, that wasn't even a divine judgment. I believe that was just a flicker from Yellow and a pop-up, and the entire BTK team pounced in.
It seems like
able to
everybody
get
in the
kill.
high ranks,
Your
like,
Russian
literally
goes
don't know
down,
how to
and
play
then
the meta.
rest of Area 77 falls down like dominoes.
Yeah, I mean, I think I wish I could see the replay because I want to say that the Divine Judgment maybe didn't even lock onto Yureshi. Maybe it locked onto Jay, and they ended up getting kind of like a 2-for-1 special there.
A 2-for-1
But
special.
yeah, it was definitely intense. I think we're going to be taking a look at it in just a second. No, JQT goes for the wild charge. Maybe a little bit too aggressively there. And again, I feel like Area 7
Who said
we've
it?
seen it a couple times. They get split up in some of these team fights, and BTK
I was on savage mode last night.
capitalize on it. Whether it's Yureshi or Jay or more, they go a little too far ahead the rest of the team.
Yeah, and they're right now knocking at their gates. High ground towers are all that's left for Area 77 here. They need to come up with a plan. They need to be able to, I want to say right now, it's kind of starting to get a little far back as they're about 5K gold behind. They are losing that opportunity to be able to
Boy said,
make
give me what
plays
you
happen for
got.
themselves. And that's been the difference maker at the beginning of this game. BTK making plays, creating opportunities, while Area 77, I don't want to say have been like lackadaisical, but just a second
Lackadaisical.
too late for BTK in
Lackadaisical.
response to those divine judgments, to these pop-ups from Yellow.
Damage from Area 77 there, just kind of withhold. I'm waiting to see what ISO's going to be able to do here, if he's going to be able to kind of be the game changer. He's looking for a moment. Jay Cutie in the backside. Big final slash on multiple members. There comes a blazing duet into the backside. Cold World melted down along with the rest of Team Basic. Finally taken out in Area 77. Pouncing back now. Mobazane on the run, but Nicolette able to get the stun on Tarzan. Mielo falls. ISO gets the kill. It's 2 members down. They find 2 inhibitors. Is it worth it, Private?
Oh man, let me tell you what.
Oh man, let me tell you.
Divine Judgment went on to
that dude came out of nowhere, acting so. You gotta give the Grammy to that boy. Oh goddamn, the final slash.
There came out that wild charge from Day Cutie, and the entirety of Area 77 pounced on them to beat them down. But on the backside, Nicolette able to save Mobazane, little stun out there to help him escape. But now, this is what I'm talking about. Just one little mistake from BTK. You're gonna see it here. The Divine Judgment comes out. Final slash. Here comes the final slash. And then a big wild charge hits 3 of them up into the wall. And that's just poetry in motion coming from Area 77. And now Area 77 starting to push their advantage.
Yeah, definitely disgusting. Luckily enough, BTK had some off lanes kind of cruising into Area 77's base there. Area 77 has to back off. They just get the tier 3 on the mid side. So BTK gets a little bit of space to breathe. You take a big loss like that this late in the game, it could have been huge.
What did Ritz say?
Their, push on that hole on both off lanes, they were able to kind of bide a little bit of time to look at BTK with conceal play. Cold World knows something's there. Decide not to fully.
Our Saturday nights get too wild. Might not have to stream. Might just stream on weekdays.
Damage on Mielo. Pops the Guardian. Tries to get back. Swanson comes out. Mark Cutie
Mortality's popped. Left side kind of getting pressured. ISO doing so much damage now. Nicolette low. Basic into the back line. Is he going to be able to take ISO? He is. The Mortality is popped though. Is he going to be able to keep him at bay? Tarzan Cutie on him. Now he's going to use the decimation. Immortality picked up by Basic. Basic now on the run. He's trying to fucking wolf out. Is he going to get it? No, he's not.
Both gold laners might just go down here, but ISO's not gone.
ISO about to get the clap.
Sidestep, still taking out Mobazane, able to find it. It's 3 for 3, but minions are on the base of Area 77, so they gotta go back.
Damn, they almost got wiped out by the Winions.
All those notes about how to push lanes, how to keep lanes pushed up before you engage are starting to pay off. Even when these fights don't turn in BTK's favors, they still have waves crashing into Area 77's core that no matter how long that they start these fights, they're going to have to answer. As we take a look at the replays here of that amazing last battle we just saw.
Yeah, I mean, it's all over the place right now. I love how both, I mean, in the end, ISO able to almost take out Cold World, almost take out Nicolette. Nicolette does end up having to back off. I mean, but I love this. Both junglers is going after the gold laner. Basic knows that he's in a bad spot. ISO knows he's in a bad spot. But again, because of those inhibitors being down, BTK able to get position over this Lord. Able to get position.
Milo got the Lord.
Jay Cutie looking for the wild charge. Mark Cutie.
A little bit of a huge fight here. Blazing duet onto Nicolette, utilizing. Oh, she's gonna get kicked though. No way they don't take anybody's life. No way. Oh shit. Oh world, let's go. CW in the house.
Evening the playing field. Tarzan
let's go.
On there, but not in time. Golden Wand does finally lock on to Basic, and now Lord marching down the top side.
Oh man, what a turn of events there. And this is why you
what a turn of events there.
Against BTK, even when you do lose the fight and you're teleporting in a bush.
Ooh, they wall charge the shit out of Milo. Oh my god, the damage come from ISO.
John Mielo as Immortality pops.
Oh, Basic pushing the other side.
Also trying to look for an angle. Jay Cutie back to base. BTK still unable to end things here. Area 77 putting up a fight. And with ISO sitting there, with ISO still up, they should be able to clear no problem. I think they need to start using ISO, though, to handle that long lane, to handle that bot lane. Because they're not going to be able to, if they keep on having these minions pressure in, it's going to be so hard for them to be able to keep up in these Lord fights.
The problem is when you're kind of juggling around at the objective, you give away your position and you show that ISO is in the furthest lane trying to clear it out. It tells BTK, we have the man advantage here. Let's hurry up, try to pick a fight with these guys, maybe get a concealer, divine judgment. Ooh, a little bit of pop-up on him, yellow.
Yeah, final slash on a Mobazane there. You're actually going to use that one up. Mark Cutie also down in ult. Jay Cutie down in ult right now. It's going to be a good time for BTK to try to make a play.
Yeah, we can see right now one immortality for the side of Area 77. I think just one on the side of Blood.
Afternoon.
Mark Cutie. A
What
lot of
up,
damage. Jay also down. Mortality
Aqua.
pops. Basic. What are you doing? Maybe a little bit too
AQI.
deep there. Looking for the decimation.
I don't know why I like calling you Aqua.
But now they walk right into
I feel like AQI is almost like an abbreviation of Aqua.
Punch, but now still gonna fall. Nicolette finding the kill. You actually might just be next. But ISO
Oh shit!
A lot of free shots
Oh
now.
shit!
Also taking some shots himself.
Double kill!
With a double kill. 8-1
Let's
and
go!
9.
You're actually getting
Mid
pulled
lane.
back.
Cold World with a divine judgment and BTK. There's a no way.
Because it almost seems like
77's
Aqua
gonna
Jet
last this
Pow,
one
yeah?
out. They take
Aqua Jet.
game number 1.
I was just about to
A little bit of a freeze there.
Immortal? Cold had to come and drag him away from the
Dude,
fight.
Apple was
So
going
BTK
insane
could
here.
Just go to the core and shut this game down. But what a commanding and dominating first win by BTK.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
Game
just an
one,
overall
game one,
great
baby.
game. We get into
Friggin' a
the
23-minute
mark
game,
there,
chat.
into the late game. Both teams putting up, and this is just a start of what we got to see for the rest of this series. It's definitely a good
That's
start.
that Odette power to you.
Oh, yeah, dude, these teams were
I gotta
actually
start using
very
Odette, man.
well
Maybe
matched. I
I'll go
wanna
back
say
to
it's
Mage
just
in
coming
chat.
down to a few little
The
mistakes
problem
by
is like I
Area
feel like I always have to
77,
carry when I'm
especially against a
when I'm playing that type of
composition,
shit.
a pickoff composition that is made to take advantage of a lot of that. You see all the movement speed on BTK. You had Coal World. You had Yellow over there trying to find these little pickoffs from Yureshi, who I'm not sure if Yureshi is one of the shot callers, but it's to the point where he kind of feels like a little distracted when he's in the mid. He's allowing them to close the distance, and I want to say at least twice I saw him kind of get caught there, force the engagement by Area 77, and unfortunately BTK coming
It was just
out
a
on
little bit
top,
of that
but
overextending.
when there
BTK
were a few of those
USA.
engagements that they were able to turn around, it didn't matter at what point in the game was. Area 77 is able to kind of really take the
I mean, I don't
command,
officially
able to
have
kind of
anything,
push
like,
forward,
signed or any
until I wanna
contracts
say
like
another
that,
one of those
but
mistakes kind of come out there, but you could see here
I would hope.
0-2 and 19 for
I put in a
Cold
decent
World
amount of
and
work with them.
8-1 and 9 for Nicolette, who had a
Apple does play low
spectacular
E.
game this game.
Nicolette, man. I mean, just a
They'll become
monster.
crazy.
No, we're gonna have to rebrand
Hot
her.
take
The
when I probably
Bloodthirsty
told
Queen,
BT to
man.
enter.
Just, I mean, I just feel like has been so consistent.
Like,
for a
he
player that
definitely
we haven't
didn't.
seen play, for a whole season last season. Took a little break, coming back in and just dominating over mid laners. I mean, getting the kill onto Mark Cutie. A lot of people put Mark Cutie up there. Yato said it himself. That's one of the players he's most worried about going against in the mid. And Nicolette just completely outclassing
Clapping
Mark
cheeks.
Cutie on an Odette in the laning phase. 8-1 and 9, 77%. I mean, I'm just really, come on.
At least I should get a new chain. I'll ask Zane for a new chain.
She's one of the best mid
Tell him that me and him
in
both got to get
1.3.
matching Cubans.
I think you told the wrong person. I think me and you have agreed on this for years. That Nicolette, we've been waiting to see her in one of those teams that could really give her the space to unleash in that mid lane.
My BTK has a girl member?
Mid lane where she shines. I was talking about this a little bit before.
Girl
that
have
she's
different
also been
tournament?
a rover
No,
in
no,
the
no,
past
no.
too. And I want to say that
That's
that
not a
kind of
thing.
meld, that mindset, that attention to the map has been something that has really helped her and kept her.
Women
in
can
these,
play.
In these top plays, whether it's here as an Odette.
Vegas is going to be
the
13th, the 12th? 12th, the 12th. The 13th is when I leave.
As well. She just brings so much, and not usually as concerned concerned when it comes to like, I want to say we don't really see her stats wise because she usually plays, I want to say, those mechanical type of mages that come in with the Ice Queen wand to be able to slow. She's not really concerned about the damage, just how she can help the team in those early games. And here, I mean, she's starting to shine through. And I know I'm going to hear it in my messages about this Odette plays, because I was not a fan before the last few weeks of seeing Odette out there, but it seems like she has a place to stay in the meta currently.
Man, we all get it. There's always that one hero that we're like, yeah, I feel like every season one of us have a hero and it's like, this isn't real, is it? And then it just keeps coming back and it's like, oh God, here we go.
How many FPS your main car? What do you mean? You mean horsepower?
Like, is this real? Is this really happening? Now it's a namestay. Now we have this Odette.
Hey, look, Aqua changed their name to Aqua.
We have Edith showing her face again, and like I mean, literally just from last week after the patch.
My Camaro has like 510 horsepower, I think.
Prioritized seemed to be namestays.
My SUV has like 255.
Maybe, you know, pick up
so like half of my Camaro,
like that, you know, kind of switch things up. And you know, back onto the Nicolette hype train. You know,
who's all coming to Vegas?
We're now adding
Lucy J. That's wild. It is. It's a monster, dude.
Go for if she wants to pick up
it's a monster
or something like that. There's a lot of depth there, and we saw that last night in BTK versus GG. We saw the same thing from GG, really showing off a lot of different strategies. The Roger jungle, things of that nature, and that's what I feel like we need to see from Area 77 if they really want to push the boundary here. They need to be willing to get a little outside of the box.
Why is Nicolett's nickname Apple?
And, you know, we see a lot of teams throughout the seasons of NACT that get too outside of the box and aren't able ever
I don't know.
off.
But
I think that, you know,
she just likes the name Apple. Maybe because she's from New York, so like the Big Apple. I don't know.
And now it's like, can you do it and get
You saw the vid? Nah, I'm not tuning it or anything. It's gonna be staying stock.
Area 77.
For me, as much as I like the compositions, I don't feel like the composition from Area 77 was really kind of like a losing strat against BTK. I felt like it had a lot of CC, it had some front line, it had a lot of damage and mobility, but it was
you guys didn't know that?
It's those rotations.
Damn, I'm leaking locations.
Those little mistakes are kind of what separates the men from the boys here.
These are the apple of our eyes.
Top of North America, and unfortunately, a little sharper is the sword of BTK. In that
she's actually from Niagara Falls,
I feel like
bro.
with if they clean up a few of those little rotations, having Yureshi go out there alone, I want to say, you saw what happened when it was the Rome, when it was I believe Jay Cutie who got caught from that group. He got pulled in. It was an absolute mistake for BTK. So if you kind of want to switch that out, make sure that the Rome is the one doing the investigating, the one that's doing the poking.
They ain't gonna find her, bro.
Then I think you'll have a much safer time from Area 77 in some of these matches.
Moba Zane doesn't even know where she lives.
Things up, right? Because we also saw what in the very beginning when ISO got cut off because Mark Cutie chased down Cole World a little bit too much, really just hunting for that kill and unable to get it. And because of that, ISO gets picked off. So I mean, I think Area 77, yeah, definitely. If they tighten things up a bit, it's going to be a much different game because BTK is going to find those loose edges every once in a while. They're going to find those loose pieces and always capitalize on it. So when they are going, you know, very cleanly against when both teams are playing very
getting
cleanly,
rid of that low yi in the chip.
Falls out a little bit differently.
Yeah, right now we are seeing some familiar bands. Angela, Angela being back. There's just so many. This meta has brought out a lot of these older picks that I never thought would kind of come back. Angela, Luigi,
Trek's mad,
one of my
dude.
favorite mages out there, been prime at the bands there, and I want to say it's actually kind of.
It's all right. Trex is always mad.
I don't want to
be
say.
I
want to say not too many Zane-focused bands here, which
Brats
is like
incoming?
a calling card for a lot of these teams when they face
first pick Brats.
I mean, you've given up the Fredrin, you've given up a lot of his
Matilda
picks here that really do a lot in that objective centric fights.
Most definitely. And I mean, I don't know. Zane has showed that, like, I mean, the Fred. We even saw it with last night. GG sometimes would focus the Fredrin more than
Could be Matilda.
Barath sometimes. That's, you know, MOBA Fred. It's one of the picks that has definitely just been coined, and there it is. I mean, up front, no worries. But Tarzan has also played very well in this Bratz throughout the season. Really able to make sure those Daytona's welcomes count. And it could be the difference maker when it comes down to some of these.
I had to help him out, Chad. I had to help him out. I think they all forgot about the Matilda.
Like a guarantee, if he can catch MOBA Zane at the right times, it is guaranteed turtles. It is guaranteed objectives for the side of Area 77.
Interestingly enough, I always wonder about certain picks here. We've got the Harith coming out, which is a good counter for the Roger in the lane. But to me, it's almost like, do we feel that Harith counters the Roger enough to kind of upset the field of battle?
This would dude. Harith would be almost unkillable with the Matilda.
We saw in the last
like
game,
that's
too,
crazy they didn't go Matilda. I don't even know why they went. Why the hell did they go Valentina?
Zooming in, picking them off one after another, which really played well into that Odette Swan song as well. ISO picks up the Harith. I'm actually eager to see this succeed. We saw a little bit yesterday. I think even Zia commented on it. He wasn't really great on the Harith right now.
Matilda is still pretty damn strong person.
He feels like it's just something new right now with the newest.
Am I nervous? Nah, bro. Not this time. Nervous. I was a little nervous against GG. You know,
with that hero.
The team actually showed out, bro.
I mean,
you're from Canada. What up? Welcome. What up, George? I added you last night, I think, right, George?
Like, when I saw the patch, I almost felt
the ult cooldown is so bad right now. 70 seconds.
Just because of the damage. It seems like last night we saw it. Even, I mean, it's been on the first ban sometimes. Whether it's a counter to.
I like hit the gym so hard the last 2 days.
Against the carry, against the
we lost with dignity yesterday, guys. We did. Always.
Like a possible first pick, you know, first round draft ban, first round draft pick. It doesn't matter who it's up against. People just want to get their hands down on it, but we still haven't seen it like fully. We haven't seen what all the rage is about just yet. So I'm still kind of questioning it.
Well, the big difference is his first ability, Synchro Fission, is when he shoots out a clone, they both shoot out something, and it meets in the middle. If you've ever played Harith, that ability, you stop, you do the ability, it
yesterday was just a ping check. Oh yeah,
it's a slow ability.
And it's really kind of providing
Melissa
like a real lag when you're dashing around.
But they got Harith. They're not gonna go Melissa.
Ability, now there's not as much lag on that ability. So like I was saying before, you're able to dash around. First skill comes out, dash back and forth. So it makes it much smoother for people to be able to traverse the map, to dodge abilities, dodge.
Gotta actually get
and really kind of close the distance on some of those heroes, especially into the back line. It's just that it's a little bit of a learning curve. I want to say they did, I think, nerf the damage a little bit, so he's still kind of very item dependent on it as well.
That's why I was like, I was wondering, I'm like I understood that he gets a faster attack now. Like essentially the animation is like 40% slower.
Our win streak gone, G? Always, bro.
I don't know. It's just there's still a lot of debate on it for me. And also the big sacrifice with Harith too is without a damaging jungler, without a physical damage mid laner, you're now putting a lot into magic damage. You have like we have the Marcuti and the Valentina, we have the Harith and the gold.
I'm gonna probably just like relax tonight. I'm so tired, chat.
XP laner, you know, there's some risk there because as we get into mid to late game, you know,
I'll stream Monday and Tuesday. I'll stream Monday and Tuesday.
Rest magic, and it just
I think I'll rest tonight.
There goes the Matilda though for Cold World. Area 77 forced to respond.
Yeah,
that's crazy, Juicy J.
Have BTK
Glory Lobby giving you depression right now, dude.
On their team, I don't think so. I know the 2 victories over Gaming Gladiators were with the Matilda. One of their victories last night was with a Matilda on their team. So this is a big pickup for BTK, which is interesting enough to me because Matilda wasn't even banned last game, and they decided not to pick her up. Here we're gonna going to come in with the Cho, somebody we don't really see too often. CC going to be in that XP lane. You were talking about a little bit of that physical damage that we're going to need, so we're going to have a lot of that coming out from CC, especially with the damage she can do with those yo-yos. But I kind of agree. We're going to see how it's going to be based on these scaling of some of these mages on the Area 77 side. Still waiting for that last pick from BTK.
Yeah, I just want to point out, you brought up some good points. So far, Cold World has a perfect record with the Matilda. And here's something else interesting. The Harith lost every game last night. It was picked 3 times last night, and it lost all 3 games. And I just want to say, like, I'm not saying it's maybe, I mean, when you have 2 great teams going against each other, a lot of those things don't matter. You know, like, you see some of the greatest picks lose sometimes, you know, some of the most meta picks lose sometimes. But yeah, it's just a point to be made that, you know, nothing seals the deal for either of these teams. When you get to this level of Mobile Legends, a pick isn't going to guarantee that a team wins. And the same could be said for this Matilda. Yes, it is a big nerf, but yeah, it is. It's 100% win rate for this Matilda on Cold World. He's yet to lose.
Gee, the
with
pimp.
It. They also bring
I got
Natan.
Dude, I have to like take the chains off because they weigh so damn much, bro.
Alone, if it was just
It's like
a Natan against
this
the
shit,
Harith,
like
right,
I don't understand how rappers be wearing this shit, bro. You get your ass like fucking
speed to maybe even be able to get out of
with
range of Harith. But we're gonna have a Matilda on that side too to hopefully kind
way
of
people's necks are built. Yeah,
Trex, we're going into game 2.
I love it. Game
ain't no
2,
way they're gonna have
BTK
back problems when they get older.
Lead right now. Area 77 look for the comeback, looking to tie things up. Now break it down for me, Private. Early game, late
I see why
game,
people get
win
like thinner
cost.
necklaces because they're just lighter.
Well, I want to say like early game.
It's like a couple pounds hanging from your neck.
Of Area 77, you've got Mark Cutie who's gonna be able to scale very well, depending on how well Jay Cutie's gonna be in here, kind of
suffering from success,
spending some of that harassment, but. Bloodthirsty King.
Can't say Cho good tank. Did they go Cho? I didn't even see that, bro. No way. Ooh, Cold World, get out of there.
As I say that, Cold World take it down to 10% there. But the Matilda is just notorious for her early game. The harassment.
Get the tickets, Chad. Get the tickets.
Once she picks up that flask of the Oasis, I want to say, man, for me, the win conditions for Bloodthirsty Kings are. I mean, it's all pretty much in their bag with Cold World on this Matilda. They're going to have the engagement power. They're going to have the disengage from her. They're going to have the shielding from the
random ticket.
Oasis.
Yeah.
It's going to be on these
get the tickets, Chad. Get the tickets.
Area 77. Are they going to be able to protect Tarzan? Are they going to be able to?
I like
the fights
my other gold chain. It's like more like around my neck versus like hanging from my neck. I don't know.
Want them? They're going to have a much better time this game.
I was spinning like a tornado. Oh yeah, bro.
Definitely. I mean, Area 77 already
Top G came out last night, bro.
A little bit in control of just
I was a little reckless.
Rotations, but this is the same way that they kind of felt last game. They were very aggressive in the laning phase. They were constantly in Mobazane's phase.
Old boy was getting angry.
Like they were trying to make the plays across the map.
That was GTA's alter ego last night.
BTK was kind of able to handle that, weather through, and then once mid game happened, find their spike, find their moment, and start coming out on top of team fights. Rashi is going to go down Mielo, able to get the solo
nice.
Solo, but the kill up top. Tarzan now being
that was alter ego GTA last night, man. We got ooh, oh no, Nicolette, get out of there. Fuck, the turtle's coming. Okay. Obazane coming up to clap him. Bring it down the clap. Jay Cutie gets out.
Trying to flicker away. Area 77 backing off, so it's a turtle.
He said I was getting scared.
Trade for both
sides. Good champ.
Yeah, a good trade for Area 77 because as soon as they lost Yureshi up at the top, they disengaged. BTK made the mistake of trying to close that distance.
The giveaway should be working.
For staying too close. We can see here at the early items here, just a whole lot of those
what happened?
Magic
I don't even know, bro.
Defense boots for everybody going the same route right now, but not really anybody kind of sticking out yet. Only a 100 gold
I gotta turn you up.
for
Hold
Area
on.
77.
I mean,
Yeah, Sherry didn't have to do nothing today. She didn't even have to come into work.
We were worried about all the magic damage. Is Yureshi, and he's going to just be a shredder.
I was like, damn.
Already with getting that kill on Yureshi, BTK can kind of put even more pressure onto the
She's working
EXP
overtime
lane.
right now.
Make sure Mielo
This is her
comes
off
out on
day.
top, able to rotate more. It's going to be a huge. It's going to be important for the side of BTK. But look at Mielo and a little bit of
nice.
Welcome locks on. Lobozane able to take out Yureshi.
330. Nice.
Goes down. Mielo able to get the
340.
kill. JQT now in
345.
trouble as well. That's 3 down for the side of Area 77. BTK turning an almost loss into a full round turnaround on 3 members.
No, Mark
Nice.
Cutie is hoping nobody saw
GG's.
that Eternal Guardian just randomly
Not really. What happened?
Into the Lord pit, but he kind of whiffed. I want to say it was the movement of BTK. He thought he was going to be able to catch Mielo. Mielo goes right back in. Eternal Guardian
Let's go,
just
bro.
a little wide, and unfortunately not able to help out his teammate there.
Yeah, definitely rough. And with that, BTK is going to take a
I had to mark that down.
The 1,000 gold.
I titled the name of that caption "The Goat."
With this lead,
Just because you guys wanted to be, you said the GOAT.
Turtle, unless Area 77 pulls something off crazy. And
no cap. Good morning. Good morning.
with them also having the Natan, having this Matilda, the type of composition that they have, it's going to help them hit that, possible late game, mid game, second, third item a lot quicker than expected.
Well, yeah, and then I want to say we've really kind of shut
I think
off
so.
The thing that really brings CC into these fights. She can close the distance, but they can clear the distance just as quickly with the Matilda. Detna's welcome.
Oh, Mielo should go down here. Tarzan able to get the kill, but BTK still find the turtle. So once again, a turtle for a member of BTK. Seems like BTK is okay with that trade.
Yeah, I mean, they've lost one, able to get the turtle. And the lead isn't speaking monumental hugeness for BTK.
I told them,
here, but I mean, it's
I
just
told them that
saying
they got
they're
this,
able
man.
to enforce their will.
I was like, everything's a
around
challenge,
when it
but
comes to
we don't
team
make
fights.
mistakes.
If their objective
At
is
the
the turtle,
power.
they're going to be able to get the turtle. They'll lose one person, but that's what they were looking for, is the turtle. When it comes to these later on fights, when they're looking to get kills, when they're looking
To be
push
honest,
into towers,
it's all
is this
midnight,
gonna
man.
speak the
And
same
midnight's
thing
a
to Area
fucking
77?
beast.
And that's kind of where this mind game comes in for this, is because they're able to get these turtles. Is that speaking for some of these fights as well?
We are seeing the lane swap from Mielo and Basic. ISO drops Savon's force. That's nice tone as well.
I just make sure the team's where they need to be and wake them up. Jesus Christ.
Taken out. Nicolette able to pick up the kill. Tarzan down. 3 members of Area 77 dropping.
I know, man. I
I
can't listen. I could just get them up. I can't control them, you know.
Circling Eagle, that's just showing you the game sense from Cold World. I almost thought he was ditching
Me and
the circling
Zane?
Eagle, but no,
He's still gonna go shower if he wants to shower.
Into the rest of the Area 77 members to give BTK that little hands up to be able to make that play. And
That's like trying to tell Yureshi to get in the damn game.
About a 1K gold lead for the side of BTK when it comes to the roams.
One in LA.
Start enforcing their will in this jungle.
Oh,
Ooh,
damn.
final slash just misses Ice, but locks on to JQT. JQT looking for the escape, unable to find it. Mielo gets the killing spree, puts him at 5-1-2.
The
goal is
clap.
popping off right now.
Yeah.
And Area 77 is just not able to recover right now. The rotations are off. Yureshi's going to come in for the little bit of taunting from Basic. You can almost feel the frustration that's coming off of Area 77 right now. And they're starting to be pushed in through the mid. They've got one more tower. I want to say one more tier 1 tower up at the top.
I think it was like 2 or 3, right?
Onto, but after that, they're going to have basically
Yeah, he didn't get there till like 6.
Exposed.
BTK just playing this game cleanly, man. Again, just like last time, not overextending themselves, not pushing anything too far.
That was crazy.
Taking fights when they have to, and really kind of forcing Area 77.
Why no player
to make
cams? Just
mistakes.
because.
Like forcing Area 77, like, listen, if you want to take this game back,
Everybody wanted to
make the
really
play.
focus.
You have to do something big, and BTK never really sticking their neck too far out there.
Yeah, and this is just the
Yeah, the
discipline
Angela
that I was, talking about there. That's kind of coming from them. I was talking about it yesterday as well.
It's
Where
cold.
they made a few mistakes against Gaming Gladiators.
It's something else
Maybe this
than
was
that.
like a big talk that the coach Midnight had with them about kind of like keeping your composure, stick to the game plan. Because here, I mean, we've seen a BTK that has been very sharp, making very few mistakes, and being a hugely able to capitalize on the mistakes that Area 77 makes.
I mean, speaking of just discipline and composure, it's something. Even yesterday, you said it. It feels like NA is a very different region right now because a lot of the games have been, 8-2, 7-1, just a few kills here and there. We're 10 minutes in. That is, in the past, that is kind of unheard of for NA. Even early in season, we saw some games be like 20-20, insane numbers, and we've seen it a lot over the past few days of just teams really not all inning, but look at the damage on a JQT. Turtle Guardian does come down. Milo able to find the kill. You're actually just trying to get away here. Tarzan as well. Mobazane gonna get bunked, gonna get pushed under the tower, able to dash back. Gonna get the Terrify connection. ISO looking for a target as well, but Area 77 not full connecting. Mobazane uses the
BTK.
Appraiser's Wrath, but does not connect onto anyone. Milo has the final slash once again, looking for a possible target, but no one leaks in.
Yeah, the problem here, we can take a look here at some of the items already being picked up. I mean, you're going to see Natan already has the Feather of Heaven. It's got his 2 items kind of maxed out. We're going to see that Flask of the Oasis has already been picked up for Cold World as well, working on the Glowing Wands and another item for Nicolette. They're doing such a great job, especially kind of maximizing this, not a huge gold lead for BTK, but really maximizing on the use of a lot of these items. Whether it comes to the damage, they're really holding Area 77 to the line. And another thing for Area 77, if Marcutie is not getting that final slash, I don't see an in. I don't see a set for Area 77 to really kind of get into these team fights. We saw what happens when JQT tries to go in there with the Jeet Kune Do. He gets absolutely demolished. So what is the in for Area 77 to really kind of start to initiate some of these team fights?
I don't even know. JQT has felt useless essentially. I don't think we've seen one Way of the Dragon connect. If we have, it was so minimal that it didn't feel like anything. JQT hasn't been able to get a big pick off. I think a lot of it's going to come down to angles.
Yeah, I know I was muted.
And look at him now. You can see him.
I was talking
side on the mini map.
To Dave.
It's their only opportunity. That's what they have to
about
do,
shit that you couldn't hear
because BTK has been playing so tight, and this has been the difference between Area 77 and BTK. Area 77 has
I'm
been
ready
playing
for a vacation.
Formation, but BTK is just
work vacation.
Yeah, even here, Nicolette kind of pressed in the back, but not too far back. Just enough so that if she gets
where are you
caught by
guys,
somebody,
Dave? Where are you guys staying after Monday or during Monday?
On her quickly. And
you guys are staying like an extra day, right? Like you're staying on the 13th?
You would see he'd be able to find that, like you were saying, the Way of the Dragon from the back, but he's not able to find the angle, not able to find the opening, and that's kind of the double-edged sword you have for a Cho. Is
where are you guys staying at? Still the
mistakes. Like, what
are you guys staying at the same hotel?
You're a useless hero at that point, right? Like there's literally, and you said it. He can't get in. If he does, it's final slash, or he gets taunted, or he catches a Terrify to the face from Nicolette. I mean, there's just so many things, and then basic is so hard.
When is the grand finals? It'll be on May 12th.
I mean,
this is the last day until Vegas.
Playing on a Cho right now. Just
BTK,
so many things.
BTK.
But the Way the Dragon kicks him away. Oh, man.
They're always bad during the tournament.
Yeah, it's just those little things. I mean, you might as well, like, it's one of those heroes like a Hilda, too. Like, when you're this far back and this team is sticking together, you can't find those opportunities. And that's one of those things, it's like you're really banking on that early game aggression. Unfortunately for Area 77, they didn't have a comp to really give them that edge in the early game. The only person, maybe Yoreshi would have been able to put on that damage. Marcutie possibly would have had that ultimate early. But as this game kind of progressed, Bloodthirsty Kings came on very strong. They've been able to get these objectives unanswered, now sitting at about a 7K gold lead at the 12-minute mark, and not, like you were saying, not a high kill game. Every single time they get a kill, they push for an objective.
That show, dude, that was hella funny. He kicked Milo, and then like he just literally just sat there, bro.
If he does get the way of the dragon, you know, as the game leaks into
Yeah,
the
if
later
BTK
games,
plays,
you know,
we'll be facing GG in Vegas once again.
Plus a Lord could change
Not
everything.
TOB, not
But
OP.
just a lot
It's
of
gonna be
dots to check for
GG
this.
this time
Not
around
counting
against
them out
BTK.
completely, but like they have
The only team that don't change their
They
name.
have the damage to kind of really turn a team fight in their favor, but it all comes down to like a big Daytona's welcome or a big way of the dragon, and right now BTK is just not letting it happen.
Or a big meteor landing on the whole.
Is it a match? What type of match?
to really turn the tide
Power
right
outage, Wi-Fi outage, whatever, man.
Dude, I'm good.
Tarzan, even there, I want to say a few seconds ago, we saw Area 77 activate that conceal play. Tarzan, like the whole team went in different directions once that conceal play came out. I was like, what's your plan? Tarzan went up alone. The rest of the team went to the bottom. And it's just kind of like, I feel like there might be a little bit of miscommunication, a little bit of frustration we're seeing here. Just a 1K gold lead for the Natan over the Harith. But starting in the mid, I want to say that's where you're starting to see the biggest gap, as Nicolette sitting 2K gold over Mar Cutie. And I feel like this has been the matchup that has really been favoring BTK.
Can you try out for my team?
Most definitely. Now BTK just again closing.
Hey,
the
they're not
glass,
looking for any
never
people right now.
overextending themselves. They haven't even tried to push the towers unless they had the Lord. But now that they have the Lord, two ways, crashing down mid and top. Inhibitor will go down on the top side. Bottom lane also getting crushed in onto BTK.
Let's go. Good push, good push, good collapse, good collapse.
Strangling down.
Okay, okay. Jay, not sure why they went with a fucking show. GG's, let's go. Let's go, sweep. Sweep.
Under the tower, in the fountain, nothing to do but watch the base get melted down. BTK take game number 2.
That's I know people are talking about the recalls and everything, but man, that's kind of deserved.
Let's go,
BTK
baby.
With I mean, we thought the last game was pretty dominating. This one, it's almost like they were just kind of flexing that now we have the formula, and it's on you to kind of reply.
That was a
and
super
change
clean game
because that was all BTK that game. Don't get it twisted. Like there was two. I think it was what, 2 kills for the side of Area 77 there. BTK slowly but surely, that bow constrictor tightening its hold.
One more game, and then we're into Vegas, baby.
First Lord kind of comes in there. They're able to clear out all the high ground towers and then take the core without much contention. And I want to say some picks, man, from Area 77 just not proving their worth here.
I mean, I think BTK just played so
Hey, quick
clean.
question.
It's not even that Area 77 is exactly playing bad. Yes, the Cho pick, you know, it got nullified.
When you guys win, Zane or
BTK
Milo?
just played so clean. Once they get a lead, they're able to just hold on to it, slow
Who wants to
play
do
it
an
out,
interview?
and just keep on pushing
Milo
forward,
or Zane?
Like
Interview?
I said, man, they're just slowly strangling out Area 77. They only allowed Area 77 to get 2 kills, and that was, even then, it was for those turtles in the early game. Other than that, BTK had complete control of the map, complete control of the game from start to finish.
Yeah, and then here, damage dealt. Nicolette, of course, topping the charts there. Mobazane going back more with that
Milo?
the mechanical type heroes, with the Fredrin just kind of being that tank in the front, getting his retributions. Area 77, BTK, I mean, licking their wounds from that match from yesterday, but definitely
Zane did last time.
Showing a more.
Should we interview Nicolette?
Themselves here, not wanting to make any of those same mistakes that kind of brought them here to the lower bracket. And unfortunately for Area 77, it's your guy. You're the ones that they have to try to flex on to get themselves up there. I mean, this is game points for BTK, and Area 77 really needs a plan. You can see this head to head. I want to say for the XP lane. I mean, I mean,
Nicolette. I don't know if she's actually ready.
She does a lot of the shot calling for the team to kind of get them organized and where they're at. And I've seen this before when it comes to a lot of these teams. They're not really able to kind of expand or explode out there because they're worried about so many things happening on the map. And just Yellow doing such a great job. That's just not somebody.
Should we interview the GOAT chat?
In your lane that you're going.
I can just say that we interviewed
all these
Milo.
other concerns on the field.
Definitely, and I mean, in the end, they did a decent job. I think this is
Milo. Get ready for interview, by the way.
The Matilda win rate continues, the 100%. Whether you think she's nerfed or whatever, definitely still working out for BTK. One thing you mentioned that BTK, they take the loss last time, and I think a lot of BTK fans came into tonight sweating. A lot of BTK fans came in tonight worried.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Last season, we saw the same loss happen, and they lost to TOB. They went down to the bottom bracket, grand final, lower bracket final.
Dave wants you to know interview.
Some of the words that we heard from
Milo.
was, I think we were a little in our heads after the
know.
last loss. And I think a lot of us, a lot of
He
people
still wants you to know.
Tonight and maybe be shaky, but they look as clean as ever.
I mean, you can do it if you want.
Right now, match point. Area 77 has been a team that has taken other teams through the ringer, just swept DA.
Zane kind of wants to do it, chat. Do we let Zane do it?
Currently.
Yeah, I want to say, like, with the same problems that you kind of had with the drafting last night, I'm kind of starting to see from Area 77 tonight. It's just certain things that I feel, and it's easy. I know it's easy for casters to kind of
let him cook.
Be like, oh, well.
I don't know. Zane said he wanted to.
Especially when we're talking after the fight, after we see how things have worked out. But
Zane,
those little things.
let the captain do it.
Was there not something better that we could have chosen into that? Was there maybe a plan that we had, like, in the beginning? I don't even remember if Kaja was banned out, but I want to say he kind of executes the same thing that a Cho would do to try to get those ganks, get that divine judgment, pull them in. And if it was banned, change up the plan a bit. Then maybe it's time to kind of call that that flexibility.
Interview the manager
from them to try to put something else in there, because I don't know, like we saw a huge example of why Cho just isn't in the meta right now. There's so
Nicolette doesn't really like chatting too much. You get to see her in the offline venue though.
Pretty specific bans here out again. The low Yi Angela.
So you give our gold as personal BTK jersey. We'll have to order them.
We do see the Barats and Fredrin taken off the board for Area 77 as well.
Definitely. I mean, bans are down. No Fredrin this time. We're starting to ban as the game goes forward. We're seeing more and more Mobazane bans. Fermi's also take out Nicolette, but
Not trash talk GG.
A whole lot you can do, but
That's not me.
Solid ban. The Fermis is definitely something that Nicolette has showed can be a huge problem.
Everybody says Zane.
Like the Roger with basic.
What about Cole? He's kind of just chilling.
Makes BTK
I don't think he's talking too much. At least not during the draft. Why am I? Because the jersey a little stank, you know?
From BTK here.
A little stank.
I got a feeling that's what's coming. That's all I want to say. Unless Area 77 like steals it away.
I was sweating like a mofo last night.
D'Angela being locked in, that kind of guarantees a possible damage jungle from Mobazane here.
I'm not gonna lie. As dangerous as the alpha is for BTK, I feel like that is just one in a huge bucket of options that BTK could go with here with an Angela on their side. I mean, I almost would like to have them take the alpha and try to counter that. Because Roger, don't even say that. I was just thinking that. I was like, man, if they pick up Roger here as well, especially because you can kind of flex that. I mean, Mobazane, I think some people kind of forget. Well, I don't really know. Do people forget? I mean, most people when they talk about Mobazane, they talk about some of those great Roger plays, some of the Yu Sun Shin plays as well, and that can kind of be flexed here too, especially because Basic's been pretty great on the Roger himself, but we still do have that Harith out there as well for a
Roger
counter.
right here. Just give me the Harith gold lane, Roger jungle right here. Definitely would be epic. I mean, we've seen best player pick up the Roger jungle and make it work. You know, so I think with an Angela, this is definitely something where you can stick Mobazane on something on the damaging side. Instead, they go for the Basha. They're going to play safe, which also works well with the Changa. I mean, with the Angela, not Changa. I don't know what I'm saying. With the Angela, it's still aggressive. It's still, you know, you can really kind of even push the aggression even more on the Basha. Also with the Harith, Heartguard Harith, something vicious, something that can really push its limits, but definitely different than what we saw last night with the Angela from the side of BTK.
Yeah, I like this. It's a grounded approach for BTK. You know, I mean, we know he was probably in the back, like, please let me play alpha. Please let me play alpha. And probably got shot down. I was like, bro, Boxia is the choice here. And he's like, all right. And Boxia works here too. The anti-heal that comes stock on his kit can kind of help water down the primal wrath ultimate that comes out from Edith. She does a huge amount of damage where she gets a regen back from that as too. And I say the Boxia can kind of really slow a lot of that down. Plus he's very tanky. He comes with a lot of magic defense stock. And then that going up here against the Vexana will definitely help him out when it comes to a lot of those engagements at the objectives.
Definitely. And now, second round of bans coming in. BTK actually banned out the alpha. Hey, man, whatever. I don't know. Area 77, on the other hand, going to kind of focus into roamers here. Big chance we might see like a Minotaur ban from them, something on that nature. We do know this isn't going to be a roam Angela, most likely. We've seen Nicolette been playing it. We saw Nicolette, I mean, play it very well so far. We've seen it. What happened earlier, was it got the kill on the Marcutie earlier? That wasn't an Angela though, was it? That was
no,
the Odette.
The reason Angela works so well is her abilities. She's got mobility where she can close the distance on the side lane. She's got regen that can help her stay in that mid lane longer. She even has damage because every single wave she sends out makes you weaker to the next one out there. She can get some surprise kills out there. Then once she gets her second ability, she's able to slow down and stun somebody. She's almost like the complete package. And then you got the heart guard that means that you could be split pushing and get yourself to the fight, to these objectives very quickly as well. So she just brings a lot to the table that it's almost like, I mean, we've seen her really make a rise here in North America in that mid lane.
What does Area 77 pick here for their jungler, man? They just, like, they're forced to fall back on, like, to the Martis or get really crazy here with something, right? Because there's no Fret. I mean, they could go a Kai. That's another thing. Tarzan has been known to maybe pick up in a Kai here and there. BTK, on the other hand, already kind of have some of their solid guidelines down. They need a roamer, an EXP laner. Maybe they go for something like here, something like
Milo didn't seem like he was too enthusiastic about it, so Zane wanted to.
Definitely see the Yuzong happening.
Yeah, Zane wanted to.
Also something that's going to pair well. I mean, literally three
might get spicy.
That Nicolette can choose from. Plenty of options for the heart card, whether it's the Paquito, whether it's the Basha, whether it's the Harith. Plenty of options for anyone.
Who do you want? I can get either or.
Yeah, even I don't know if you said Ruby, but even Ruby too, to just go in there, give her a little bit more. Oh, yeah. That's gonna be. Do we
classic.
have?
That's a classic. That's an OG right there.
The Void Man coming back.
We'll see how it matches up. I want to say Belma not as bad as he used to be because they took away one of the big glaring counters that he has. Which
shit, they went Balmong?
Stops his spin,
I didn't even look. I wasn't even watching.
So now he
what the fuck?
CC'd out of his damage. You're gonna have the
what in the fucking ranked games?
Able to be able to kind of increase the damage that you can do with the retribution into objectives, which will give them, I want to say, a wider area, a wider berth of mistakes that they can make at the objective to be able to kind of bring that down with the retribution.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen a Balmond at all yet. I'm really trying to yeah, I think this is definitely our first Balmond. Yeah, pretty sure it's our first. It is our first Balmond pick so far in all of NACT.
Copycat.
So we have constant damage. We have some way to deal with Mobazane here possibly. We also have some possibilities for the turtle steals. You know, everything. I mean, we know Bauman. It used to be a really popular pick. It's just, can it still withstand? Can it still hold up to what it used to be?
Yeah, that's going to be the real question here, especially when you're going up against the anti-heal of Mobazane, the tankiness that's going to be.
I don't think Balmon got a buff, yeah.
About Nicolette with that heart guard. Is he going to be lethal countering onto somebody only to see the dust clear and they've got a heart guard on top of their head? It's going to be come down to see, I want to say, how aggressive they can get here, because Balmon, once he gets ahead, I want to say it's very hard to stop him. You can see there, guys, the ticket for the grand finals. Everybody's has the ability to
let's go, baby.
If you guys want to see us there,
is he mop up, chat?
We already got ours. We're ready to go. It's Vegas, baby. back to the HyperX Arena, where some of the greatest stories have been told. Back to the HyperX Arena, which I personally think is probably one of the best venues we've seen for NACT Grand Final, so I'm hype about it. But look at Cold World going down. Yureshi able to get the kill there. Area 77.
What the hell? You don't know Zane's real name?
Yeah, nice.
You can find it on Wikipedia.
Area 77 there. 3 men there, maybe lingering a bit too long there up at the top. But like I said, I'm kind of a big, profuse, I want to say a big indicator for these teams. If you have something, make it happen. If you don't, let's go ahead and leave there. You can see right now, hiding in that bush, Tarzan going to be found out by Mobazane.
They're going to kind of hang out up here a bit. A lot of damage. Oh, Mielo.
Ooh.
Just able to dash away, flicker out of that final slash range. That's going to put him in a bad spot for BTK to try to contest this turtle. No heart guard going to connect either. Nicolette still has it. Mobazane going to decide not to go
just
for
give
the
it up
steal here. Just back off and get the purple buff while you can. Cold World also here to help out, but Area 77 now.
Oh, they're going to full
buffs, ready to go.
full ass dive on it.
Big knockup. Down comes the Eternal.
Yeah, damn.
Kill on to Cold World. JQT finds Mielo.
Hit him with the clap.
On the run.
Oh, and this is the aggression and the initiation that I
was
looking
no.
Area 77. Stop responding to BTK. Start making
your
own
shit.
plays. Once you have the advantage, start going into their jungle. Make those plays. Make them respond to you. And we're seeing that here, especially with great success to Area 77.
I mean, this is what you normally see from a ball man.
I don't know for viewership, but
game aggression.
maybe.
He's been in the meta or not, you still know that the damage is there, especially in the lane phase. And with kind of the squishier mid with something like Nicolette here, you kind of lose a little bit of CC there. You lose a little bit of that aggression. Mielo also not really able to deal with some of the initial burst damage coming from Yureshi and Tarzan. It's definitely something that I think is catching BTK off guard here.
Shit, I didn't even get that like first.
That you were talking about too. That lack in the mid lane from Nicolette right now is clear. Oh, ISO in trouble.
They try the gank, unable to connect. Should be able to get some gold plating here. But MarQt and JQT.
We're not gonna overextend.
BTK unable to make something happen there.
Yeah, and that's did you not often just see BTK with a failed gank on the side. Just great, I want to say, map presence from ISO. Sees it coming.
Yo, this Ballmon, what the fuck is this Ballmon, chat?
To safety, and then you have JQT and MarQt there to kind of help with the support to try to protect that lane, make sure they don't get much out of it.
We're gonna just let this happen.
Again, they know that they have no CC. They have no way to stop them.
Zane, I can't fucking move.
JQT in a little bit of trouble. Mobazane forced to back
Somehow
off.
he made it out of there.
7. Did they got what they came for. They take the purple buff, leave Mobazane with nothing, and now they're gonna move on to the turtle.
Yeah, I mean, and uses that lethal counter to start robbing Mobazane of his jungle minions. He's not going to have it for this turtle, but he doesn't need it. They've already kind of pushed back BTK. They don't even want to try to go for this turtle. Pretty smart on them to kind of try to make something happen somewhere else. Unfortunately, I want to say a great game right now for Area 77. As we're taking a look at some of these items, Balmon has already picked up the War Axe for his side there. Mobazane's still looking. He does have... we do have a heart guard.
Basic with the heart guard. Maybe in a little bit of trouble. Drops some on force. Able to get some nice shots.
Damn, Tarzan kind of thick.
JQT down to about half health, but should be okay. Basic showing that he's not one to be messed with right now, especially with the hair plus the heart guard, the purify. He's definitely able to really push his boundaries. little bit of damage in the mid side. Tarzan trying to clear up the waves.
Well, Area 77 also got Edith, chat.
Just trying to defend, just trying to hold
They got
ground.
Edith, they got Arlot, like...
Pushing into their land.
Why are they... No, there's no cameras today. They're all trying to, like, focus. Oh my god, what the fuck just happened to Basic?
Blazing duet all over his face.
Holy.
Yeah, I don't think Basic expected them to come back once again. And there goes another purple buff. This man's
Jesus
buffless,
Christ.
unable to get anything in his own jungle. 77 just continuously hounding down. Yureshi, though, gonna get a little stunned up. Able to come back through, hit the final slash onto 2 members.
They really want him. They're zoning him out and allowing mid turret to fall. Yeah, you can't listen to Private, bro. They're snowballing like a motherfucker.
Next target, a tower in the top.
I like that playing there. So
that's what Private said.
All that little aggression there at the purple buff is happening while they're also taking that mid tower. So even though he kind of presses himself into the mid lane, he has an escape because they're able to take down that tower very quickly. You can see here the damage firmly in favor of Area 77 right now. Really kind of waiting for this, like, mid to late game to start kicking
4,000 gold lead. Oh shit.
A lot of damage does lock.
Let's go. Let's go. Obazane got him. Tarzan next. Let's go. Come back. Come back, kids. Come back, kids.
Something else with Basic unable to fully unload.
Basic.
Both teams completely ignored it.
Milo.
Each other instead.
Yo, Claude just going ham on that bot side.
King's just unable to get the killing blows onto many people. They're trying to get the final hits. Basic drops another Zaman's force, but unable to find anyone.
ISO coming in hot. Ooh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, damn. Ah, nice. Who got that retry?
Purple buff, first one in ages. Move on to the turtle.
First a purple buff. That's a victory as far as Mobazane is concerned.
Victory right there, baby.
Yeah, they've started. They've like, all right, guys, I think we're gonna make it. But I mean, that opens it up. Area 77 able to take this final turtle of the game. It's gonna be nothing but lords from here on out. And I want to say, even with that fight, BTK unable to make much happen, able to get those kills, and then at the bottom lane, ISO pushing to the high ground. So I mean, still able to make something happen all over the map.
Oh man, poor Cold World, man.
Oh god. Jesus Christ, the blazing duet. Oh, Milo coming in a little late. Gotta get ISO. There we go. Fucking get someone. Let's go, GOAT. Go, GOAT.
But Area 77 still comes out on top.
Yeah, I mean, Area 77, they have 1 kill more in favor of them. I hear that we're about.
Oh, come on, Milo. Easy fucking cleanup. Oh, you were too late. Why'd you show yourself?
I want to say it's kind of even so far. Neither team able to really make any kind of push for some of these objectives.
Let us see it. I mean, tries to last as long as he can, and I will say that in the end, he does buy enough time.
I would probably
to get involved here.
I mean, Nicolette's been going absolutely nuts.
And Nicolette, as long as Cold World, I feel like the win does come out on top for Area 77.
Yeah, she did really well on that Odette, and then
it's kind of a good trade for them. Just trading in general, slowing down ISO a little bit helps out, but it definitely could have been better. And Area 77 still controlling the game.
In the first game, yeah, 100%.
Firm grasp right now as they're starting to kind of push around.
Yeah.
Locked onto this next Lord. Ooh, I think they're caught up at top.
Yeah. Okay, Milo.
Take that award away.
Yeah, I just want to say, like, when it comes to these objectives right now, BTK still don't have an answer, still aren't really able to kind of force their way in. Only about a 4K gold.
Whole world struggling a little bit on the Ruby.
I mean, you can see ISO already has the golden staff, Demon Hunter sword, so he's going to be chunking into the back lines. You're going to combine that with the Vexana damage.
Oh no, Milo's about to get caught.
There's just a whole lot of damage, and
Milo's about to get caught.
To kind of close in with
Milo's about to to get caught. Somehow he's alive, but he's not.
By 4 members, looks for a kill, but unable to get one before he goes down. BTK now down a member, 26 seconds on the death clock from Yellow. Area 77 might try to force this Lord sooner than expected.
Yellow falling over here.
I mean, they did force Mark Cutie to go back to base. You did see the split pushing there by Nicolette up at the top, which forces the engagement from ISO, who's going to have to go up there. They know ISO's not there, so it just depends on if they're willing to kind of start these engagements when they see people kind of out of line. Ooh.
Yureshi in a little bit of trouble.
Nice. Yureshi still lived, though. Nice, nice, nice. They need to do something here. Engage, engage.
Clear that up. Yureshi gonna go back to base here, and ISO gonna hug around the backside into the tri-bush and gain a position over this Lord pit.
What the fuck, bro?
Yeah, I mean, they're doing such a good job.
What is this Lord fight?
Lord backing up when they need to. I almost thought Yureshi was caught again. I have PTSD.
Milo has his ult. They're gonna have to watch out for this basic. He can't get ISO. Look at the XP difference.
To get himself back out of harm's way, walks away.
Oh, dude, are they gonna give up the Lord? No, no way.
They back up, and then this Lord gets reset.
Oh.
Zane unable to find a way in here. Cold World trying to zone away Tarzan, but taking a lot of shots to the face. ISO with the damage. Milo open to the top side, able to get
GG's.
ISO comes in with a blazing duet.
GG's.
Away from this pit.
GG's.
Zane is on the run.
God damn it, bro.
Zane against the world. BTK, was it worth the risk there? Pushing in on that top side because now Area 77 is.
Close the real stream.
Yeah,
What about the real stream?
For that fight, they were trying to get that split push in, but that meant they
I mean, he did clean up 2 towers, but fuck.
From Area 77.
Ooh, oh, Obazane, get out of there. Ooh, ooh.
Inches from death as we now have minions rushing down mid.
He did 3 and 13.
Caught a lot of momentum in this game. It's a 64 lead. BTK, I mean, their only option is, you know, wait, hold out.
Surprised they didn't rock the alpha here.
A little more chaotic in their pushes.
It's not over till the fat lady sings, though, chat. Let's see what we can do. Can they hold it? They need a retry. Nice, good retry, good retry.
Basic able to help clean things up. BTK not out of the game just yet.
Yeah, they still have another rush of minions kind of coming in here, starting to put that pressure onto the bottom lane, and they find themselves another high ground, possibly looking to close things out.
I mean, they're not going to force it. Area 77 taking things slow. Nice, I'm offended on Tarzan there, going to pull him in. Area 77 now backing off, going to go for the purple buff up in the top side. BTK, it's good that they still have this top inhibitor because if Area 77 is unable to close, they won't be pushed too hard on the long lane. Cold World in a little bit of trouble here. Big final slash on a Mobazane and Cold World. Cold World going to get knocked up, taking out Tarzan, able to get the kill. Milo now backing off as well. Area 77 still taking the slow approach in. Mobazane gets a stun on ISO. Zamon's force drops. Basic looking for a target. A lot of damage on ISO there. Now BTK trying to respond back. Heartguard locks
Okay.
Yureshi looking for a target, gets a final
God.
Milo and Basic. Yureshi dashing through. Mortality
Oh,
drops
God.
Yureshi backing off Area 77, backing off BTK.
I can only just imagine.
Oh man, I was about to say they're pushing really hard on the Area 77.
Oh God,
All they
Dictator,
need to do is turn
Jesus.
around, and
Yeah, I've seen
you
it.
actually have a little bit of a mistake on your hands, but very, very slyly, they both walk away. Nobody takes a death there. You can see right now, absolute full build there for ISO right now. Still coming on there. I want to say Belmont and our line. Oh, big pop up.
Whoa, a lot of damage on Mielo.
Damn.
That is rough. That is rough. Losing that member right here, right now is
No way they lose into a Balmon, chat.
Area 77 knows that they know they have an advantage.
Balmon actually good?
They're gonna push down onto the top
Yeah,
side.
they don't really have any damage. I'm not sure why they went Axia and Angela.
Yeah, they're starting to put this pressure. They just want to get that last high ground. Oh, nice little forward slash.
A lot of damage.
Ooh.
Look at Tarzan. He's going to go for the Lord instead. Will the rest of Area 77 put the pressure down, keeping BTK in their base?
Yeah, I like this decision here to split push into it, get that last high ground out there, because now it means that even if BTK wanted to contest it, they have a timer. They have only so long that these upgraded minions will start pushing into their base. Now they have no protection, no high grounds left, so they can only kind of linger in these fights for so long, and that's exactly what Area 77 wants. They want to keep that pressure on BTK.
Area 77 doesn't care about.
It's not Angela, it's Boxia. Jesus Christ.
And they're ready to take us.
Chat, why didn't you let me know my mic was like blowing
BTK
your ears out?
Down all inhibitors.
I didn't even know it was like actually going crazy.
If they can, it could be the answer. We did see
Oh, the BT is right here. It's just a little funky. A little funky.
Looking for Cold World, but they find basic Tarzan gets the kill, and that's the major damage dealer for BTK. Yoreshi drops a Milo though, but he's gonna.
It's actually not too bad.
Still crashing in at full health. All they gotta do is lock onto the base, and that should be it. Area 77 taking us to game number 4.
Ooh, and what a game, too. I want to say shades of BTK's last game, but they were able to
Jesus
switch
Christ,
the seats there. Area 77, a very dominating win for them. I want to say it was only 3 or 4 kills for the side of BTK there, but man, they've closed up a little bit of those mistakes. They were more aggressive in the early game. They were able to hold that control.
They took that edict, bro.
I want to say this kind of, maybe it is part of the
I don't know what was up
really
with
kind of
Angela.
messing them up. They have
I don't know what was going on.
Early game, especially with the Balmond domination there, and they held on to it and they didn't loosen up for the entirety of the game.
And we've been seeing such different picks come in these past 2 days and win games. And I mentioned in the very beginning of the series, I was like, Area 77, are they going to get a little flavorful? Can they pull something out that catches BTK off guard and make it work? And if a lot of teams picked up the Ballman, we'd be doubting it. A lot of teams wouldn't be able to pull it off. Area 77 know what it means to pick this. They know they have to be very aggressive in the early game. They know they have to push in, play for objectives, play for BTK's objectives, and if they can pull it off, it is their win con, and they did it perfectly.
Yeah, here you can see ISO. I mean, he
God
had a huge job.
damage.
I want to say
that is true.
Tarzan had a huge game, but that is what enabled ISO to kind of get fed, to be very lackadaisical in his lane, just get the gold that he needed, so that by the mid to late game, he was chunking them down, able to get into that back line.
They limit testing, chill, guys.
Doing a great
Reverse
job
sweep.
on that XP lane.
That's one hell of a name, Big Banana.
Was in the first game.
It's all for entertainment, Chad. Are you not entertained?
But he was able to get out with that flicker, and here's that jungle matchup.
There ain't no script.
6-0-5 right now. Tarzan just did such a great job here.
Both teams already get
especially on the Belmont, who I want to say fell
both teams
off,
already
but
decide on who's getting interviewed.
A few of those counters now.
You can't. How are you supposed to plan an interview if you don't know?
By pop-up, so he's still.
You just think that the hosts are bad, bro. You
Even
just,
when you're CCing him,
they don't have like. Like they can't just come out of nowhere.
Losing 2 or 3 members.
Yeah, you gotta have some like questions prepared, so you gotta like know who you're actually gonna interview. Every production has like an interviewee they've already chosen before.
You know, with the Ballman changes things a lot. Shows that Area 77 still has more cards up their sleeve for a game number 4 and possibly a game number 5. BTK were just kind of, I mean, they came in so strong in game 1. They came in so strong in game 2. And Area 77 finally kind of gets them on tilt there. You know, can they carry that into another game? Can BTK kind of, you know, get their composure back? A lot of questions in the field for me.
We again, like I said, we already decide on who's being interviewed on each side.
As well.
What up to Sorry?
That's Area 77 lost was Harith. Man, Harith is just not faring too well right now, at least in North America.
His percentile is going down.
Bro, Harith is so hard to use because you have to have like 5 MS, bro. He's all about dashing. It's almost equivalent to like trying to Lancelot or Ling on fucking 80 MS.
that need to play. I know when Ruby was meta,
We might reach 13K before Vegas. Hopefully. I plan to live stream this week, so we should definitely hit 13,000 subs.
You needing to have maybe a little bit more of
We're getting there though.
Gifted hand to be able to play them correctly. That might be the same that we're looking at with Harith here. Still on the board right now. Still got that Angela out there. And
Maybe 14K after Vegas. We'll do some live streams in Vegas and shit.
Have as big of as an effect for BTK as we thought she would.
Yeah,
I'll get we'll get some good content, chat. We'll get some good content.
Something here. They ban out the chip.
Let's be honest, views will be dipped when no BT Grand Finals.
A throwaway ban, like maybe looking for trades. And like you said, there's the Angela, there's the Matilda. We are looking for trades here on the side of BTK. A77, do they first pick this Angela and take it away from BTK?
Yeah, that's something I'm kind of wondering here. Angela, I mean, despite
they just beat Angela, right? Like they just beat
they just beat Angela, and yeah, they're gonna go ahead and give it up. They're gonna go prioritize this Edith. Edith snuck into the meta very recently because of these most recent, I want to say, shakeups with the meta, where all the tanky heroes now have gotten a little bit of a buff. All of the defensive items have gotten a little bit of a nerf. So a lot of those tanky heroes, Terizla, Edith, those XP laners, they are I want to say shining right now when it comes to like their survivability.
Didn't they first pick before?
I mean, now still no Angela, no Matilda pick from either side. They go for the Vex, they go for the Arlot, and we've been, like you said, man, we're seeing other picks be prioritized, kind of
glaring counters. That
it was BTK
that stops his spin.
And we've been, like you said, man, we're seeing other picks be prioritized, kind of, and these are picks that kind of.
I was like, wait a second, did they?
Solid, because sometimes when you just go for the Angela, when you just go for the Matilda, when you
who won yesterday? Well, I mean, you can tell who won yesterday. GG won.
Just can kind of really the glue.
I was actually concerned that they they didn't.
You get your engager in there. You know, even with the Vexana, you get a big engager with the Eternal Guardian. You get CC, and sometimes if you forget about those things, it can completely make your whole team composition fall apart.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting here. I do like this this Valentina pickup. I mean, I'm not sure that we're going to be seeing an Angela this game, just because, I mean, she shines in that mid lane too because she's got such priority. We did see a little bit of a problem.
A77's got like a good comp here, dude. That Edith is just fucking annoying.
Clearing the mid lane and being able to rotate quickly.
The Edith is annoying.
Where you might want to have a Grok on your team or something, a roam.
They got fucking Raji.
So that you can
oh Jesus Christ!
Get to those lanes, because when she's left by herself, I mean, you're like heart wave.
I'm definitely gonna get some sleep tonight, chat, so I can actually live stream for you guys tomorrow.
To help them, especially in those early moments before you get that.
Hopefully, I get into work and it's not crazy as fuck.
Pick up the Panda. Been waiting for this pick. I think it's a solid pick on it. It's like one of the few utilities, and you know, the Basha now going to get banned out from BTK, but I think it's been kind of his fallback whenever the Barats and the Fredrin are banned out. And now with the Basha gone, I feel like the jungle has been a really important pick for both teams. When
there is no match tomorrow, I'll just be doing some like ranked games and shit like that.
Solid, we can see the team falter. Last game was the first time we saw him, you know, pick outside of the box though and pull something off. But with an Akai on the field, a Ballman.
No matches tomorrow. RG, we'll be playing some RG, and then Tuesday we'll do our monthly giveaway.
Jungler
Tuesday we do our monthly giveaway.
Now Tarzan might finally actually be in a tight spot.
Well, yeah, that's one of the things.
It'll be Tuesday, so in 2 days, in two days.
Oh no, it wasn't Akai, but I want to say Akai used to be the ultimate counter for Belmont in that he could pop up Belmont and stop his spinning. Not so much this time, but you still have that heavy spin that can pin Belmont against the wall. He won't be able to retreat. He won't be able to get off his lethal counter to try to get some of those objectives. Meanwhile, Akai is going to be able to get the retreat while he's heavy spinning as well. So, I mean, a good pickup there. Just depends on where we're going with it. I really wasn't big on them picking Belmont a second time in the first place. I feel like that was like one of those little
trying to like tomorrow. I'll probably be doing some RGs tomorrow.
We've got our foot
we can probably play some
pressure on. Basic, they're gonna go ahead, take away this Claude.
I'll be down. I'll be down. I'll be down.
Was already picked up, but they're gonna pick up this Claude. Hopefully, try to.
Grand Finals is gonna be on the 12th of May.
They got to go something outside of the box here, man. I mean, everything is gone for Tarzan. This is a tough call right here. Maybe they go for something more on the assassin side.
I work tomorrow. I definitely work tomorrow. But I'll play after work.
I feel like if they were gonna do that though, they would have had to pick up the Angela. Yeah, man. If there's no Martis, no Basha. Like,
all right, GG's. Good luck.
Tarzan, does he just fall back to an assassin here or something? Oh.
Yep. He's gonna go for. Gonna go for the wait.
It might be a swap though. No, it might be Jungle Roger, and they go fighter off lane. They go double fighter off lane, maybe.
Means, where's this Edith and this Benedetta going?
That's what I'm saying. Double fighter off lane. Edith EXP. And I mean, we're not seeing them swap, so.
Yeah.
Oh shit, chat! Did you guys peep the intro?
It's very possible.
Did you guys peep the new intro? I didn't even seen it.
Hey man, I'm expecting.
Ja Phoenix? I got you, bro.
I feel like the Rogers more.
Wait till it happens.
I don't know.
Yeah, we can see. We're still waiting on Cold World to see what that last roam is going to be a pickup here. Minotaur, I want to say those big setting potentials kind of taken off the board right now. I mean, oh.
Go big or go home, I guess, huh?
Gonna go with the show.
Okay, so Yureshi is gonna pick up. So Yureshi stays on the Edith, JQD on it. I think all last swaps are in. Nothing major gonna happen here. The Cho on BTK. I mean, I think it's solid enough. It can maybe catch off.
I have no idea, chat.
You know,
I don't know.
Too deep. I think there could have been some better picks than the Cho. But honestly,
wait, you'll see the intro. You'll see the intro here.
Draft, man. I like it, and the Benedetta's wild card.
You'll see it right here after we go into game.
You have some dance maneuvering to deal with the Akai and still play for objectives, but it is going to be much harder.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, I mean, the eye for an eye, depending on if you can line it up when Cho's trying to come in for his way of.
Look at this intro.
Might be a good
Look at this intro, chat.
For them, but I mean, Trax. So we're at game.
You guys peep this shit?
Let's go. Game number 4, match point for BTK. A77 coming back with 1 win last time. Can they turn it into 2 and bring us to game 5? Last game we saw a nice out-of-the-box pick with the Ballman. This game,
a super clean transition.
A little more forced. It felt a
that's
little
that's the
like,
same as MPLs. You can also see, like, if you're looking in the world, how it has like MLBB and then it has like the NACT logo on some of the like backgrounds.
Possibilities when it comes to kind of turtle and lords fights, ways to kind of move around and position
Whole world on Cho is wild.
Something like an Akai and a Cho.
He actually chose quite a bit.
Yeah, we see a lot of we got a Purify on Mark Cutie, Purify on.
I felt like he's just gonna be absolutely crapped on right here, but maybe not. Milo, good poke, good peel.
All for a Litho Wander. Both teams showing that they wanna put the pressure down. Now I think
all for a Litho Wander.
Possibly more early game pressure.
Back.
Gotta kind of take things slow.
Can we get us some back?
Quantum charges on the side of Area 77 there.
No, I think at some point we're gonna be able to get like sponsors and shit,
and get those rotations onto the side very early.
I mean, that's the composition they have with an Edith, with a Grok, with a Benny jungle. It's very.
I'm definitely gonna get some sleep for you guys tonight, though. That way I can actually fucking live stream on the weekdays. I don't have any school, so we're on summer break now, so.
Too hard. Try to get ahead of BTK before BTK gets ahead of them.
Yeah, it's all going to kind of come down to this first.
Healthy, I'm about to add you.
Looking for, because that's really, I want to say, like, especially teams like BTK,
at Prime,
they really
that'd be crazy if Prime sponsored us.
On the board, they just really start pushing, and it's so hard for teams to kind of come back from that.
BTK.
Did you follow me already?
Milo does dash in.
I don't see you in the.
Still both. I mean, both mid-letters.
My recent followers. Oh yeah, do I see you? You're epic.
Yureshi looking for someone as well. Mobazane able to get the turtle. Looks like. Area 77 also not forcing.
Is that your real rank?
Like Tarzan went up and stole the orange buff, so at least making up something there and actually keeping themselves slightly in the gold lead.
Yeah, I was just about to say, it kind of looks like Tarzan went up and cleared out Mobazane's jungle for that. But I think Mobazane realized that, sees him over there, is going to go start trying to contest here at the bottom. We might have a fight on our hands.
Is that Phobius is the key? Did they go? They didn't go Phobius, did they?
He took his jungle up there. He's like, we're going to now come for yours.
That's all good.
Being that he has the Akai here, he can definitely try to fight for this. They're not going to overforce it, though, man. BTK doesn't want to try to... Ooh, they might have to, though. Like to find a blow does connect. Milo in a little bit of trouble. Tarzan able to get the kill.
Ethical hell is kind of hard to get out of. I don't know if we'll be able to play since I'm mythic, though. I think you have to be a legend.
77 has kill pressure in this phase of the game.
It was just a great combination. You had that
God
big
damn it, we didn't get
charge.
first blood, bro.
Who
died?
Comes out there,
Milo.
throws down the
God
Eternal
damn
Guardian. Mielo couldn't even do anything. He was in a coma. Just
Mielo!
the final blow gets chunked down. There's
Why'd you die?
In combination with Tarzan, there's just
fucking smack my mic.
Not able to answer back.
You're 1 star away from legend.
ISO's like, do I go for it?
Hit it up, hit it up.
Really like second guessing. And I think a lot of gold laners are still. Ooh,
You mean a reverse sweep?
After the big buff on the towers, where if you're sitting under the tower, it's like your defensive boost or the damage reduction is even more now. To whereas like in the past, ISO probably could have gone for that and gotten the kill. But right now it's like, can I get the kill? People are still kind of like feeling it out.
Well, not just that, but you just lost a whole bunch of points on your defensive items, too. A lot of marksmen kind of leaned on some of those, the pants, some of the warrior boots as well, to kind of give them a little bit of chonkiness in the early game. You don't really have that, and you have to be a little bit more careful as a marksman, especially in the early game when you're looking for to try to kind of get some of those kills or make a play.
I mean, some of the legends are really bad in this season.
Losing those defensive boosts.
I need to play some assassins. Really got to get used to playing like.
Even over tonight, we've seen a lot more just full damage builds. We haven't been seeing people, pick up the thunder belts and things like that as much. And I think we're going to see a lot of that start to change. And gold laners are going to have to start being a lot more meticulous about how they engage overall, and not just early
the boy
game,
said
but
rice
mid, late
eaters
game the whole way through.
Nolan?
Yeah, that's
I'm an Amon main. Amon felt really good. I just couldn't like super carry with him.
Once again, Mielo dancing back and forth.
Damn, he backed out of that.
Out to Turtle. Mielo looking for the kill, but
Mielo too deep, bro.
Marcuti finds the kill. Area 77 coming out on top in this early game once again.
Oh, basic split pushing though.
For them, because they pulled out,
and they're gonna lose the fucking mid tower, bro.
For that fight, basic able to answer
Jesus Christ, what is going on here?
Exactly, even because Area 77 answered with the tower of their
own
as well.
Nicolette.
BTK still trying to make something happen.
Nicolette, GG's.
Nicolette.
Oh, that was a good go. He just like fucking tippy-toed away.
It was just like, hey, how you doing? Just gonna walk our way through here.
I thought for sure we were gonna see a wild charge or something there, but Area 77 doesn't fully risk it. Taking a look at this fight. This is
why you're using Fighter Emblem in Alpha since Assassin? What, me? I don't know.
Bringing it down. Able to make sure he secures these objectives.
I don't know what fucking emblems are used on what. I'm not Mobile Legends educated.
Where Zane has been unable to connect onto these objectives.
Yeah, I'm kind of questioning now.
Sounds about right.
Kind of seeing shades of that game too, where when you're behind right now, Cold World just doesn't have a job. It's going to get even worse and worse as we move into the
Benedetta was a good play.
When the entirety of Area 77 is grouping up. Actually, we might have an opportunity up at top, but I mean, very quickly, JQT sees it's going to go up there, provide some sight and some vision for Area 77.
Basic is going to be the real, I think, needs to be the one who really, I think, picks things up here, right? He's the
just really getting banned out.
Deathless.
Zane's not really having anything he can play.
Play this game to the best of his ability and, really kind of play the macro end. But we got to see Basic show up this game.
Is that what everybody's saying in the chat, too?
Yeah, sitting at 3-0 for Area 77. Now starting to get their positioning for this next turn. You see Mobazane kind of around back.
Hey, Basic is farming like a mofo right now, though.
I don't even know how well he can force this. Mobazane, though, wants to take it. Turtle will get reset here. Nice Eternal Guardian does land down. JQT.
He's trying to get that gold.
But ISO locking on to J. Cole World here. Milo gets the
No
final slash
fucking
on ISO.
way.
Turtle once again. Basic with the blazing duet.
Oh no, don't go in.
The final spin. Unable to push them away
Jesus
in time.
Christ.
BTK lose out on another turtle, lose out on another fight, and Mobazane goes down.
Jesus Christ, trust in the back door. That's what we're hoping for.
I saw him on the mini map diving into 5 members of BTK. This is what we were talking about with that Roger. If you have a member on your team that's low, Roger's going to be able to use that howl, close the distance very quickly, like in Pounce, then it's pretty much game over.
Yeah, it's getting huge. Mark Cutie gets the IMU, responds with a wave of dragon of his own. Down to the boss side, a lot of damage. ISO able to take another tower. BTK getting pushed back more.
Area 77 wants to deny BTK slot to Vegas.
Slow constriction team that BTK has been in their wins. Area 77 is the, we are going to try to end this quick. We are going to bully and bully and bully right now.
Man, right now, Area 77 have shown I mean, a lot of people kind of counted them out. You saw that, I want to say 29% votes for them, but they are showing that they have the life in them. They are not trying to go home just yet. They are trying to send BTK home here and find themselves a flight to Las Vegas.
Yeah, it's getting, I can tell the BTK fans are getting nervous right now. Area 77 looking to take us again. Number 5. Milo gonna be
Come on, BTK, stop fucking keeping us on the edge of our seats, bro.
Dance back. Get out of range. BTK still defending the basic. Tarzan is
basic.
Big wave the dragon.
Mark Cutie took out Milo.
Tarzan is just uncatchable right now.
I can't fucking move.
I mean, he has just been locking on to basic nonstop, giving basic one.
Area 77 chance of winning against GG is less than 10%.
We were talking about with Cold World locking.
I heard last night someone in my chat said that Area 77 was scrimming against a GG.
Harm's way, and this is going to be another Lord, another objective.
I don't know how someone in the chat knew.
At the level to contest, and a very low kill game right now. Area 77. Very methodical, very economic.
You need game 5, bro? We're just gonna literally be on the back of our seats the whole goddamn time. It's 1 to 5, dude.
It's a 7,000 gold lead for Area 77, and with the composition they have, that is exactly where you want to be. You got a Roger. You got a Benny, man. You have this team that just already has so much kill pressure, and now we're going to be more. Look at ISO. He's able to sit in the midst of them and unload. Mobazane able to get the finals.
Does he get your No way, fucking Yoreshi literally just walks out of there, bro.
Still no kills for BTK.
They always been scrimming since Avalon. Yeah.
Tarzan Cutie
they got let dead.
Look at Mark Cutie.
Yo.
Look at the knockup. Terrified. Nicolette gone. Another one.
Damn, bro.
Off the map, Area 77 are deleting BTK one by one.
Jeez, bro.
Are like they're showing
God
that
damn, what is going on?
For a ride to the grand finals right now. Lord goes down at bottom. We're left to only high grounds for BTK, and right now sitting at 7-1.
Yo, they got me nervous, chat.
A little bit of damage, but he's still okay.
They got me nervous, chat. Gotta believe though. Believe in the path of power, chat.
The annoyance. Being the backside menace, being the monster that he is, he said, "Forget your."
They said, "I can't watch. I'm out."
Give me a Benny. Give me a
fucking A. BTK's won 2 games. They just gotta win 1 fucking game.
Another huge point I was gonna
bring up. Fucking game.
Just really, when it comes to these damage dealing
junglers,
he is shining, especially over a lot of these utilities. The Akai, the Fredrin. I want to say even over his Martis pick there. We take a look at here right now. 3K gold lead for ISO against Basic right now. He's already got the Demon Hunter Sword, Prolific Roar, already has a end this battle. Now going in on Cold World.
Cold World takes a lot of damage there. ISO looking for the connection. Yoreshi now in a little bit of trouble. Heavy spin does lock on. Nicolette
Yoreshi gets caught.
They get a kill.
Mobazane dies. Milo's in the fucking back line. Jesus Christ.
Area 77 taking out 2 for the price of 1. They're going to maybe try to end this here. Tarzan and ISO, the 2 major damage dealers for Area 77, looking to clean things up here. BTK backs against the wall, the tiebreaker incoming.
If they reverse sleep, you're going to clown so hard.
Right now. Basic to PMI away. Another inhibitor drops down. Tarzan with the Electro final blow just to clear the waves and keep the pressure on. They're going to hightail it back to the Lord and look to end this game.
Yeah, perfect opportunity.
Jesus
very smart
Christ,
going into the first enlightened Lord here. That means he's going to have the charging power, even though he doesn't even really need it. The timer's down right now. It's just a bare core there. Mobazane looking to try to come in here. He's not going to be able to find an opportunity. Look at this wall he's sitting up against. The entirety of Area 77. Like, there's nothing to see here.
Heavy spin from Mobazane, but this is an offensive heavy spin. That's the DHS right there. Back to base. Able to do nothing.
Mobazane's 2-2. He's literally the only person that's got kills.
Gonna come in with the next wave of minions. Jake Cutie just got the immortality and even more sustainability, even more time to hang and play for Area 77.
Oh, minions crashing.
Oh, what a good final slash.
A lot of damage does lock in. ISO goes down. The defense is
Yo, the me goat.
Nice
the me goat.
Urashi also drops. BTK
holding on by a string, bro. We gotta get the late game. We gotta get the late game, bro.
To try to bide a little bit of time. Let Area 77 regroup. Let Area 77 push for something. But do they really want to try to force this in with no damage dealer? It is a little bit risky. Basic with the Blazing Duet, able to clear up some of the waves. Mark Cutie drops down the Eternal Guardian. Mobazane taking a little bit of damage. Like to find a blow into the backside. Mobazane used the heavy spin. They are able to clear out this Lord, and BTK survives another day here. Cold World pushing them away. Ladies and gentlemen, we got
Basics 2-1-1.
Yeah, it is. Still a 9K gold lead for Area 77.
EXQ.
A collective sigh from BTK as they were able to get some kills, able to defend that Lord, and even with the pressure from Area 77, didn't take any deaths for that last defense. So, starting to come up on the board, starting to, come further. They're still behind right now. Still need to be careful about some of these engagements, but you can see here, this is what turned the tides for BTK.
Yeah, Milo needed a play, man. He's sitting at like 0-4-2 right now. Has been unable to pretty much do anything. 0-5-3 right now make it. That final slash was important, and he finally gets a big play. And we show that there's still play potential for BTK. It's just the gold lead has gotten out of hand, and the kill pressure from Area 77 with Urashi able to get these pickoffs. And then with ISO and Tarzan just able to harass the back line, it is a tough game for BTK. But now Urashi going to get heavy spin pinned against the wall. Is able to flicker back. Like to find a blow.
I'm not trying to look,
Milo
Dave.
Able to dash through a few times. Milo goes down. Tarzan picking up the kill. It's a 37 death counter for BTK.
I'm not trying to look at the live stream.
The Lord comes. Does BTK contest this? I feel like they kind of have to.
It depends. Do you fight it at your gates where Mielo has the
Jesus
opportunity
Christ,
to find that final slash? They have a good defense composition, an ability that can kind of, like we were talking about with that final slash, the heavy spin. They can easily turn around a lot of these defense. A little bit of engagement here. Ooh.
Whole world gonna be okay.
He said, yeah, I'm not looking too.
Unable to get the kill. Tarzan now gonna make his way onto this Lord. Mobazane just hanging out in this bush on the bot lane. Waiting for the rest of the team to come in. I feel like maybe they have to force this. Oh my god, it's melted down so fast. There's no way to force it. Golly. Now it's more of can they defend it? They're going to try to come into the mid side here. Look at BTK waiting out in this bush. Waiting for the next star to come in. Big vital slash on ISO. Immortality pops. Blazing Duet to help connect. ISO.
I took a net. What the heck's going on here?
Huge Tarzan now.
My heart's being played with, Ritz. My heart's being played with.
Able to once again turn the tables there before the Lord marches towards them. They're going to melt this thing down. Area 77 now losing their grasp, losing their hold on the game. BTK on the upswing. They're going to take out the tier 3, looking for the tier 2 on the mid side and turn the game around.
Yeah, and right now they did take away, they chunked out 2K from that 9K gold lead right now. Sitting at only about 6K for Area 77. Still have a lead, but man, Area 77 needs to
someone
get it
slap
together.
me,
You can
bro.
see here 2 immortalities for the side Area 77. Only 1 for BTK right now. Starting to get those items up. And even now, ISO starting to fall a little bit.
It shouldn't be this hard, bro.
In the gold lead, you see full max items and starting to trade out a few for ISO, but Area 77 kind of needs to.
And Roger, drink a lot of water.
Just because you got the objective.
Oh, look at the damage though from ISO. Cold World, Milo in a lot of trouble. Immortality does pop. Cold World able to get the Lycan pounce, get the kill. It's back and forth right now. That's a big death clock for BTK. Is Area 77 going to try to close this out?
What up, Meow?
Forward lagging behind, trying to get this wave of minions to close the gap.
Meow.
Basic. Clear things up. A wave of defense coming out from BTK.
Meow.
Not out just yet. Arcuti and Yureshi also holding the difference. Yureshi just looking.
I'm not watching,
One person to lock onto. One more kill could be the turnaround. Both teams have to keep it careful though. Big final slash.
Oh my god.
Now the playing field is
Motherfucker.
Yureshi's got a much longer death counter than Cold World.
Bruh.
Can BTK finally try to push themselves onto a Lord here?
I mean,
yeah,
by the time this
damn.
Lord actually comes out, so
I
mean,
can't
you're still kind
fucking
of looking at like a 50-50 shot.
watching.
They have dropped this to about a 5K gold lead, which at the 18-minute mark doesn't really mean much. It's not even a gold lead at that point. You can see here the damage. I mean, kind of even at the mages sitting at 74,000, and then the gold laners at 69 and 52,000 a piece, with the higher end going to ISO right now. But still, plenty of towers for the side of Area 77. Plenty of room, I want to say.
Chat,
at least one mistake.
believe
As
in
you
the
start getting
path
later
to
and later
power.
into this game, that one
We'll
mistake
become
can mean, like, I
one
wanna
with
say 4
BTK.
towers at this point. But Lord coming up at 4 seconds. We're gonna see which one of these teams, if BTK can finally muster a solid objective grab.
Definitely BTK, for the first time in a while, have finally put themselves in a position to contest a Lord. Finally holding a position over this pit. Now, they have to be careful about it because, you know, no inhibitors, everything down. Kind of as you said, it's going to be a little tough for BTK to force this. Wobuzane does have the heavy spin, and I think as we creep later and later into the game, the kill pressure that Area 77 once had starts to eat away, right? Like, the Roger doesn't seem as scary in the late game. The Benedetta doesn't seem as scary in the late game, but Basic starts to seem more scary. Wobuzane starts to feel more tanky.
No spoilers, no spoilers.
Can start to do
The longest
a lot
fucking game in
more.
history.
So, when does the cutoff point happen, right? Has it already happened? Is BTK at, I mean, we're at 60K gold right now. It doesn't, the gold lead doesn't even really matter that much anymore. BTK in a strong position, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, they just got to make the play. We've been seeing it. Mielo has been finding these great angles, been able to find these great final slashes to take down 1-2 players from Area 77.
Sweating balls here.
Just looking for an opportunity here. Mielo in a
the balls are sweating, chat.
Yeah, he's looking for it, and they don't
balls
know
are sweating.
in. He's biding his time. Wobuzane does use the heavy spin a little bit early. Milo still not engaging. Area 77 forcing them away. Keeping his cool right now. Lord getting chipped down. Guess the call is don't do it. He finally dashes in, uses the final slash. Cold World comes in as well. Basic.
Jesus Christ.
Several members. Tarzan still able
Is there
to
a
get the
freaking
Lord.
ad? You even get ads when you're a member? That's crazy.
Drops Cold World out of the picture. BTK
I couldn't stop the ad because I didn't have it pulled up.
I mean, they're unable to take it. I don't know if that was the right call, Milo. I'm wondering. I'm questioning. Area 77 may be able to end this here.
Well, I mean, they came in, they were able to get a kill. I mean, and he was able to foster something. But anytime before that, it just didn't seem like the right opportunity. They were a little farther.
It shouldn't be this. It shouldn't be this hard.
BTK fighting for their lives at their
Why is this so hard, chat?
Marches down mid.
In Area 77, this could be it. 15 seconds for Milo on the clock. Basic goes down.
Literally.
That should be it. Tarzan carrying the game on his shoulders. 3-0 and 5. Nicolette the last to fall along with the base. If you counted them out, don't count them out yet. Area 77 gonna bring us to a game number 5.
Right now, 2 games apiece. Nobody thought that Area 77 was going to be able to bring this to a game 5, take BTK to the last line of defense, fighting for their lives, fighting to stay in the grand finals, trying to find that ticket, that sneaky ticket to Las Vegas right now. Area 77's turning them around on the verge of a reverse sweep here against BTK.
One more time on the verge
interesting
of
now.
a reverse sweep against BTK. That is not something you see very often. You don't see many reverse sweeps very often. Getting 3 games in a row after taking 2 losses is not an easy feat. Getting 2 games in a row after taking
Half
2
to not
losses
Vegas,
is not
Jesus
an easy
Christ.
feat. Area 77 just breaking the
Bruh.
mold right now.
Last game.
Taking a look at everything. Is there anything that vastly points out
Who's
to you,
going to
Brian?
Vegas, chat?
Bro, we were talking before.
Bruh.
First of all, Mark Cutie, 4-0 and 12. A huge impact on this game. But the big thing we were talking about before, Tarzan has found himself a nice little crack into this meta right now. It's not, he doesn't really shine when it comes to those utility heroes, but when it comes to those damage dealers, the Benedetta, the Balmon, you can see here, I mean, the gold per minute done by shining his gold.
Who in chat's nervous, chat? Who in chat's nervous?
Damage there by Cutie, and then of course bringing it up with the assists.
This is crazy. I'm still speechless, man. Game 5 right now in such a fashion that I did not expect.
Is this NACT entertaining, bro?
You know, we were matching up gold laners the other day, talking about who some of the best were, and ISO was in
You fell out of your seat,
right? But a lot of people don't consider him quite on the level of Zia, quite on the level of Basic. But right now he is showing up. He is looking for the throne right now.
Yeah, and that's kind of amazing to me too, is just like a lot of the players are just such hidden talents on Area 77. And I want to say it's sometimes because Area 77, they can be up or down. Sometimes it takes them a little bit of time to really get that synergy together. It takes them a few games, a few losses that they took here to BTK. But these next 2 games have been a completely different team.
You just need a fucking... Dude, Tarzan's just pulling out the craziest jungles. I ain't gonna cap, bro. Dude pulled out a Balmon.
Pick into Basic, man, just had a huge effect on there. I know a lot of people are kind of focusing, I mean, the Cho pick right now in the current meta, every single time Cho went in, there was just so much CC to come down on him. There was no picking out anybody from them. Even Mielo, I want to say, once it's hard when you're on the back foot. A lot of these defenses, I want to hats off to Mielo. He found a few final slashes to kind of keep BTK in the game a little longer. That last fight, a little questionable. We don't know. Wasn't it
Balmon, really? I didn't even know that.
For him to come in for a final slash, would he have shown himself a little bit too early? I want to say
and pulls off Tarzan Assassin meta. Dude, the Benedetta jungle is crazy.
Hopeful that his team was going to be able to come in, get the retribution. They were able to get a kill, lost 2 in the process. A completely different team here, and BTK, both of these teams on shaky ground, but man, Area 77 right now, the momentum at their heels here as we're moving into the last and final game of the playoffs before we move to the grand finals.
I mean, we got to set the story one more time, right? This is a rivalry that has gone on for years, man. BTK versus Area 77, and it has always been in favor of BTK. Let me make something clear. Grand finals after grand finals in the olden days of, Pika and Assassin Dave hosting random community tournaments, BTK was winning those games. These are 2, quote unquote, grassroots orgs that have been namestays. And right now we're sitting at a game 5, a ticket to Vegas. A ticket for either revenge for BTK to try to take down GGG, or for Area 77 to have their first time on a possible route to internationals. I mean, whatever team you're rooting for, it is all on the line right here.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at a team in BTK that has all the recipes for success. They have the history. They've been there before. They've built up, I want to say, they have all the history and the championships behind themselves, but they are fighting against a dream in Area 77 to topple down that regime, to be the new high ground here in North America. Right now, BTK going to be the first pick, fighting to kind of retain that throne, retain that crown here in North America. And I mean, man, there has to, I wonder what is on their minds, if the frustration has set in, if they're just gonna hunker down and I had to say a prayer. I know they've got Midnight behind them on the side. I had to set a prayer. They've got Sir Rose doing the drafting for them. Two of these drafters going at it, the players in the battlefield going at it. The big things we've been looking at, some of the contention, some of the verses here. Nicolette going up against Marcutie, ISO up against Basic, Mobazane, and him going up with those utility junglers against the more damage-esque junglers of Tarzan as well.
I mean, I can't imagine how these players feel. I have a bunch of
I don't gotta pray BTK wins here.
I am emotional just watching this game, like, let alone how some of these players feel. You're on game 5, you know, everything that is on the line. I mean, you can never really account like the amount of pressure that is on, you know, the coach's shoulders, the amount of pressure that's on the player's shoulders, especially when it comes down to something like this, when it comes down to
they shouldn't be. Dude, I'm gonna have to go use the restroom after
everything
this.
Has been reset here, and the Edith will be the first pick from Yellow. ISO, though, gets his hands on the Raja, which he's showed incredible things with. The Minotaur hasn't slipped through really quick. A very solid pick, a dangerous pick. BTK forced to respond. What does Mobazane go for? I mean, do you see
I'm wondering, do you go with the Harith right now?
Sir Rose is the...
Are you looking for... Like, are you looking for something else to kind of secure Mobazane?
It's because the Harith, yes, it's supposed to work against the Roger, but it's had such a horrible win rate. It's like, I don't even know, man. I'm at a loss myself, because right now these games, like, Tarzan's been pulling out. Tarzan's been winning with the off picks, right? He's been winning with the Ballmans. He's been winning with the Benedettas. He doesn't even need something super meta to pull it out, so it's tough just calling the draft on what's going to work and what's not going to work.
I do like, finally, we've situated Nicolette back onto the Valentina. I feel like she absolutely flourishes on this hero. Not because it's just a mage, but she also gets to expand in her knowledge as a rogue. She's going to be able to take that Minoan Fury away from JCutie, help with the sets at the objectives. I've seen this. I've even mistakenly thought it was Lord pop-ups, but it's always been Nicolette that kind of comes in from off-screen, gets those set, helps to further BTK's lead for these initiations into these fights, especially when needed, right when that retribution comes out. Vexana picked up on the opposite side, now moving into the second half of bans. Martis very quickly taken off the table by BTK, and then that Matilda and
Stop looking at the game. I'm not. I'm about to go use the restroom.
What they were going to do right away.
Yeah, once again, they're forcing Tarzan onto something like the, I mean, it's very similar to last game. They get the Akai, they ban out all the normal junglers, and Tarzan is forced to probably pick up the Benedetta.
I'll be right back. I'm going to use the restroom.
Honestly, it is literally, once again, the only thing left for him. And instead, they go for the Thamus, which is exactly what they did last time. They leave Tarzan for last pick just to decide, okay, maybe you go for Benedetta, maybe you go for Ballman, you know, something of that nature. And I feel like right here, this time, though, Cold World gets the Kaja. Do you want to still pick up the Benedetta against the Kaja? I think the Cho was supposed to have the effect that Kaja had last time, but this time it's a little more, it's a little easier to pull off.
Yeah, was Kasha banned the last game? Was that why we
I don't
picked
remember.
up the
I was wondering. Halfway through the game, I was wondering that same question, bro.
Yeah, because, I mean, the show, I mean, we've seen it already. Both teams, I know people are all kind of jumping down Cold World right now because of that show pick last time, but Area 77 didn't fare any better with that show pick 2 games earlier from there. And Tarzan here, going to go for that more utility, more tanky jungler on the side of Boxia here. He's going to have a lot of magic defense, a lot of anti-heal on his side. And then he's going to be able to rotate. I want to say he's got a very fast clear on his side there as well.
Oh, this is it. The final draft of the night. Whether you believed it or not, we made it all the way to a game 5 here. And at this point, whoever wins earns their spot. I mean, the Basha is solid. The only thing about it is Tarzan has been winning with the off-brand picks. Now we're bringing him back to a more, consecutive, more casual pick with this Basha. What's going to be able to pull it off here? Athamu's on Yureshi. Is it going to be, the answer to Mielo on this Edith? A lot of questions on my mind, but only game 5 will tell us how it will be. A story that's been going on for years. Area 77 versus BTK. Game number 5. Only 1 ticket to Vegas. Who's going to take it all?
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, buckle up. This ride is about to hit that apex. We're going, and I mean, this is going to be the most probably exciting game that we've seen. Well, we were taking a look at the drafts here, some of the compositions here. Oh, we already see a lot of damage. Nicolette!
Oh! Oh! Oh, God! Nicolette gets away.
That was a smooth, a very, like a sneeze away from that. Talking about it, Mielo here, gonna be taken. Oh. What?
Okay. Yureshi, is he going to go for it? No, he doesn't. 2 members already sent back. Area 77 keeping up their MO. Laning phase aggression, baby.
Wow, on the side of BTK, a whole lot of quantum forces and agilities on their side. A little bit more defensive pickup and impure rage there picked up for the side of Mark Q to keep that mana up there. So I want to say a little bit more flexible on the side of Area 77. Bloodthirsty Kings going with something a little bit more mobile, a little bit more to be able to traverse the map a little faster there. And I was gonna critique Yureshi, because I don't know how he's gonna be able to latch on to a lot of these people in some of these fights, because it does look like BTK have a draft that is a little bit more dash friendly, able to kind of disengage and kite a little easier. So that's all going to come down to
we win in chat
the setting potential from JQT.
Once again, I feel like BTK just has to get through the laning phase. Area 77 has brought a pretty aggressive confidence inside. They're able to clear waves a bit faster, able to kind of out-rotate Nicolette and Cold World. And BTK just have to kind of withstand that. They also have the Thamus, who we all know has some crazy early game aggression. Area 77 looking for that early game snowball, looking for that early game aggression. On Mobazane. Mobazane a little bit of trouble, gonna get terrified. A lot of damage comes down. You're actually not gonna force the chase. Is going to come into the.
I need to get onto something though. Are they gonna? They're literally just going to collapse on Zane again.
Along with Cold World,
they're literally just going to collapse on Zane. They've done this in every game, bro.
It's not enough to withstand the blow.
No, don't. Okay, okay. Tarzan kind of getting pushed.
So it's not going to be able to do a whole lot. Tarzan.
Zane.
Cold World looking for one more shot. Area 77 already with 1,000 gold.
Damn it.
3 minutes in.
You were talking about a lot of damage on the Mobazane to make him run away. That was an absolute
1,000 fucking gold,
he was
bro.
Like 10% health just for poking his nose into that pit right now. And early game does not look good for BTK right now. Not able to kind of get that surrounding into there. As soon as one of their heroes comes in, absolutely gets the atomic bomb dropped on them with the damage, and they're going to have to turn around. Mobazane forced back into his jungle very early. Do see that gold lead starting to subside a little bit here. Cold World doing a good job, just being a nuisance, annoying here for Tarzan here, but still maintaining a good vision for his team.
Yeah, BTK still, even though they lost out in the beginning and they're 1,000 gold behind, they still kind of, I think they still feel comfortable enough to be in the face of Area 77. They don't feel like they're exactly too far behind. And now with Cold World having level 4 as well on the Kaja, they finally have some kill pressure to respond with, which is kind of big. Basic as well hasn't taken any deaths. Same thing for ISO. A lot of late game possibilities for BTK here. Also some nice mid game aggression and possibilities because of Nicolette and Cold World.
Yeah, yeah, and that's kind of what you're looking for. You're looking to kind of make it to the late game, but you need to kind of protect that path. Ooh, Tarzan gonna run into 2 members.
Huge. Cold World decides not to use a Divine Judgment, kind of just holding on to it. Nothing too major. It's just a little bump and go.
Yeah, I mean, you see that Mark Cutie does have that IMU shadow on him, so that's what Nicolette has kind of selected to go on to. I'm a little curious about that ultimate, too. I kind of would have preferred JQT's Minoan Fury. Ooh, Nicolette almost gets latched on there by Tarzan, but now setting up for the second Lord pickup.
I mean, it could maybe be that she's a little more comfortable with the Mark Cutie ult. Could also just be, I just need to get something before this turtle. And look, JQT gonna get pulled away with the Divine Judgment. Mobazane able to get the heavy spin. ISO.
What the fuck, dude? The CC.
Mobazane taking out Mark
God
getting the
damn.
Kill. And now it begins. Area 77 2-0.
That
With the 1600 gold
CC.
lead. Snowball incoming.
Yeah, and they are pushing, taking that advantage. They know they just got the second turtle, able to push down mid. That is a huge tower for the side of Area 77. Amongst the other towers, that one tower there controls the entire
That dude got fucking obliterated.
BTK doesn't really have anywhere to run if they get engaged upon in their jungle. That mid tower is just a huge opening for Area 77 and gives them so much momentum.
Definitely huge for them. I mean, and once again, they have a composition just like their past ones that thrives off of this. Yureshi, maybe in a bad spot.
Good engage, get a fucking kill. Not the vengeance.
Can they get the kill? They need that one. Mobazane actually able to secure it. Tarzan forced to run away. It took a little bit of time there, but they did finally get the kill.
Yeah, they were putting in some work on Yureshi. He had the vengeance activated. He had his ultimate activated. They were struggling there. There was definitely, if there were more members of Area 77
Who
there,
said it's a
they would
disaster?
turn the tide for BTK, but luckily able to take him down in the last seconds. Disengage.
Chat. We need to get a Lord, bro.
These objective fights and where they're going to be
need to get a Lord.
once Yureshi kind of jumps in there and is going to be able to take
The weather kind of crazy out here, bro.
Same thing could be said though. I'm wondering, when does Basic fully come online? He's got the Corrosion Scythe in right now. Does look like he's a bit behind. I mean, actually not too behind, but the route is just a little bit cheaper, honestly, for ISO. He's already got the Endless Battle locked in. He did not full build the boots either, which made him kind of hit that second item spike a little bit faster. Finally, Golden Staff does come in for Basic, which is going to help a little bit more, though.
Yeah, I was about to say, actually kind of a different build for most carries here. Basic, I mean, you usually go for
the goat, the cook.
items. You get the belt first as well, then maybe into a brute force, but he just went full damage there to try to match up this pace. Ooh, Mobazane.
Ooh, big pick on a Tarzan Cutie.
They just have so much fucking CC. Jay? Getting Che?
They're going to be able to get the kill.
Okay.
Okay. Finally coming out on top with a small win there, but they do lose Mielo for the price of JQT. They get a turtle. In the end, I feel like BTK wins a little bit there.
they heavy spin JQT all the way into the back line. Unfortunately, Mielo got left behind, and the whole rest of Area 77 pretty much jumped onto him. But yeah, you're absolutely right. This is one of the first, I want to say, positives for BTK coming out of that active fight.
Mobazane does get his purple buff there. Yeah, gets his purple buff there. So it almost was a loss there. But in the end, gets the purple buff, stabilizes a bit. They turn the 2,000 gold deficit to a 1,300 gold deficit. But it looks like Area 77 going to try to move in onto this bottom tower. And ISO has just been doing such a great job these past few games, man. 1-0-1 this game. Has really just been able to lay down pressure with this Roger.
And this is one of the big things for me is like, why are we prioritizing the Edith over this Roger? He's like having a second jungler on your team, one that doesn't need the jungle buffs. He doesn't even need a retribution. He's running around, he's clearing towers, he's closing the distance on the map. He's hard as heck to try to get ganked on, and he's putting on an immense amount of damage.
Elo looks for the knock-up. Gets a little bit of an outplay there. Tarzan Cutie gonna get pushed back in. Basic trying to unload onto someone. Ureshi though gonna force it in. Mobazane taking a lot of damage. Ureshi goes down though. Speedy Light wheel able to connect.
Holy
Basic
fuck, bro.
finding the kill. So it's 1-for-1.
Holy fuck.
For EXP laner plus Mielo goes
Oh
down.
my god.
Area 77 still on top of this.
Mielo got put into the bouncy house of doom there.
Yeah.
He was getting pop-up.
GG
after
match
pop-up
fixing?
after pop-up
That's hella
until
funny.
boom, he was
My
finally
stomach's
dead.
killing me,
But
chat.
they need to really watch. You can see that Demon Hunter sword already picked up for Iso. Lightning Truncheon being picked up for Mar Cutie. They're sitting ahead only by about 2k gold lead. Is Area 77.
Did I look, G?
They're not quite out of the woods yet, but they
No.
are just having a way with some of these matches. The
I ate
one thing in
Jack's
their
Pizza,
favor
that's
is that
why.
Demon Hunter sword being
I ate
picked
the
up for Basic
Supreme
there.
one,
And
too.
here's that last fight. Mielo just got put down, and fortunately, the rest of BTK trying to get away. Mobazane got picked off as well. Basic starting to come online, rush those damage items instead of the defense very early to try to offset some of the damage potential for BTK.
Though, and Tarzan's a little bit late to the party. Iso able to find Cold World. Mielo able to get to the Lord. You look at Basic in a little bit of trouble. Iso getting pushed back. Can they finally get the kill here onto the gold laner? Nicolette picks it up. J Cutie goes down as well, but Basic falls.
Me goat, me goat, me goat, me goat. Yo, get out of there, bro.
Bad spot though. Gonna get the knockup. Mobazane trying to come and help out. Nicolette there as well. Lord gonna be coming soon. Mielo hits the U-turn. And BTK
Holy fuck, holy fuck.
finally winning out in a fight. It's a 800 gold lead for the side of Area 77.
Are we winning?
And the Lord coming soon.
Just like that, they find a Lord, find 3 kills onto Area 77. Mielo being chased there, turns around, he's like, nah, pop up for your efforts. And Mobazane able there to help secure his escape. And just like you said, a breath, probably of fresh air right now. You could see tied up here, 3 damage items for Basic. Not even going for that typical tanky carry build. We saw the effects.
Are you
of that,
though.
Son? He
Son?
got picked off pretty
I think
quickly
we are.
in that last fight, but the amount of damage
I
he's
think
issuing
we
out
are,
right
baby.
now, definitely helping to keep Bloodthirsty Kings in the game.
I'm in full anxiety mode right now, Private. I have to admit, I don't know what's gonna happen here. But just back and forth. BTK with a 500 gold lead, scales up to 800. Area 77 now on the defensive. We're on game 5, and I got no clue what's going on.
This is fucking match point.
You see there already the damage dealt 28k. How
Anxiety!
Basic was able to jump ahead into the damage numbers. Now at 6 and 7. Lord at the heels of Area 77 right now. I want to say they're up 1 tower. Bloodthirsty Kings are up 1 tower, 2 towers right now. So they have firmly turned this against Area 77 right now.
Oh, heavy spin. Lands on a Tarzan.
God damn it!
But they kind of push him out of the distance of it.
If only we would have got
kill.
fucking Tarzan right there.
Gotta go back to clear the minions. But now BTK has
Yeah,
taken a
damn
strong
it.
lead, and we talked about earlier. Basic has the scaling possibilities. BTK has the scaling possibilities. I feel like that definitely outscale Area 77. And now that they've gotten the lead around 11 minutes. Last game, they had the same thing, but it took them all the way to 60k gold and having no inhibitors, so they finally got a little bit ahead. This time, BTK has taken the lead at 12 minutes, and look at the items.
Yeah, you can see there that they, I want to say just both members, especially both junglers, kind of sitting at the same thing. The only difference is that Mobazane only had a molten core, and the side of, or no, actually, I want to say Mobazane is ahead. He has the full cursed helmet. Tarzan only has the molten core. So he's starting to edge ahead just narrowly of his jungle, starting to get that survival.
Let's fucking go.
And especially for an Akai,
Let's
who
fucking
comes to
go.
stock every single time he uses an ability, he's going to get that little bit of shield for himself to kind of keep him tanky. So, I mean, doing a good job. They're starting to swing this thing back. The score, is it 900 in BTK's favor right now?
Now, which, I mean, again, it's nothing huge. Still could definitely go any way, but I just feel like Basic, he just locked in the Malefic Roar. Looks like he's going to close his last item out with possibly a Wind of Nature. And him hitting that before Iso hits his 5th item is going to be huge, I think. Once Basic gets the Wind of Nature in, they can push even farther. Cold World finds Mar Cutie, the knock-up as well on Ureshi. J Cutie trying to save the day here. Milo goes down, but the immortality pops. Basic with a double kill. Locking on the next one. Tarzan goes down. 3 members taken out from Area 77, and BTK coming out on top. Nicolette in wolf form right now. in the face
And this is what
of
we were
Area
talking
77.
This is what we were talking about before. Cold World on that Kaza. The amount of burst coming out from Basic, that Divine Judgment combo.
Ooh.
And now, BTK
That's a full
pushing
man
for the
wipe.
win.
That's a full man wipe. May be able to end this. BTK with one cannon minion. Gonna be able to lock onto the base. They're looking at Vegas. They're looking for revenge with nods to GG. Looking for the replay. In the HyperX arena, BTK takes it the distance at game number 5.
Yeah, now firmly securing themselves a ticket to what most North Americans would call the arena that BTK built, the HyperX arena. BTK have earned themselves a second shot at glory. They're going to be taking on Gaming Gladiators, but nothing light can be said about Area 77. What a great, I want to say, lower bracket finals. What a great fight. The fighting spirit from them to be able to kind of bring this to a game 5, but in the end, BTK stood firm, stood strong, and taking away the victory.
What a distance. I mean, it ended so fast there. It kind of caught me off guard. Just in a matter of seconds, boom. But it's still, man, game 5, and it feels like game 5s always happen like this. Just any moment, boom, it ends. Both teams just looking for that kill moment where they can close us out and go home, because it's been a long night for both teams. Area 77 comes up just...
What the fuck just happened? What the fuck?
Yeah, I want to say at the beginning of that game,
a live stream just like
I don't care what kind of liars
chokes?
are out there. Collective BTK fans were clutching the pearls.
Let's go, oh, chat!
Shades of the last 2 games, Area 77 getting that momentum, but eventually, this is what I'm talking about. You don't really see it. It's not a huge score, 4, 1, and 6, but I want to say the transition, Basic completely
fucking Vegas, baby!
Into the golden staff, and then the Malefic Roar. He matched up. They were behind, but when it came to some of those objectives, he just needed the opportunity
fucking
to
go
on the damage to absolutely turn the tides here and close this game out at 13 minutes. Especially at the point you see here, 796 gold per minute. 52,000 damage dealt by Basic there, and of course the assist there brought up by Cold World.
I mean, honestly, Basic had some rough games where he really wasn't able to show off, really wasn't able to do a whole lot. He's just kind of been able to stalemate in the gold lane, but never really pop off, and it took game 5 for him to finally... You know, once he finally did pop off, we saw things start to tilt back into BTK's favor. I'm glad he finally did, because it was looking rough for BTK there. If he didn't come online that game, it was going to be GG's.
Yeah, it absolutely was going to be there. You can see here we have the head-to-head between Nicolette and Marcutie, and I want to say Nicolette had just a stunning performance this entire series. Very, like, I want to say a very standard flow. While Basic was kind of up and down, Nicolette kind of held the line all the way from the beginning. 2, 1, and 6 here against Marcutie, 3, 2, and 4. But like the last game, like we said, a Basic shine sometimes. He can fall out a little sometimes there, but that decision-making to not wait for the belt, not wait for Thunderbelt, not wait for brute force. He understood that
going to Vegas, baby.
It needs to be earlier on the carry, who is usually kind of a late game hero, who usually has that late
fucking all the way to the very end, chat. God,
we're waiting for maybe that
fucking
first
damn, bro.
popping off here, but man, I want to say that,
Jesus Christ, what a fucking heartbreaker.
Kind of go for that full damage.
Yeah, I'm gonna do both, Meow.
This around.
I'll do both.
Whew. Man, I tell you what, I thought
Holy
BTK
fucking
was gonna
shit,
throw
chat.
the match just on the basis of me voting.
God fucking damn it.
Did.
Oh, man. But I will say that it was very good games coming from both teams. I thought for sure that the BTK was going to come in and 3-game Area 77 just based off of the first 2 games in Area 77. You know, that 3rd and 4th game really
Whole world just went insane.
You know, I don't know what else to say
God
about that,
damn,
man.
dude.
That
I couldn't feel my
I was
stomach.
on the edge of the seat the whole time. That was tough.
Yeah, that game was I mean, just strikes all the chords.
Let's go! We out dropping the fucking gifted.
We've known, I mean, guys like me and Private and Zeke, you're a little bit newer to the scene, but you know, everyone who's been around the scene for a long time know these two teams, and the fact that they were able to bring it to Game 5 in a lower bracket match, it just cements this whole NACT. It just really just kind of ties the bow on things. Nicolette's comeback, it's an emotional NACT for me, man. It is.
Oh, you thought you got gifted? Ah, damn.
It was a roller coaster.
Holy fucking shit, me. I was the MVP.
Yeah, it's been,
if you guys
dream,
have a membership, drop the MVPs in the chat. Drop them in the chat.
Potential. And I want to say there was a bit of, there was a point in time where I thought it was over. Like Area 77 had disbanded. There was the BTK had disbanded. I'm like, oh, so I think we're kind of just reining in for some of these new blood teams.
We ain't no third place team this time around, chat. We ain't third place.
Got themselves
we first place. We coming for that title again.
Lineup for BTK, a coach behind them. If you would have told me 2 years ago what the standing of BTK would be, the team members that are on it, the fact that they have a coach with them, I don't think I would have believed it. That just seems so far out of the
Drop the
wild.
MVPs in the chat.
Area 77 into the semifinals there. I want to hand out there too. I mean, we're talking so much about BTK. Area 77, a huge job here to really bring it here, especially being 2-0'd by Gaming Gladiators, to drop them down here, then coming back with a vengeance to take on Devious Activity, to sweep them completely, and then almost come so close to reverse sweeping one of the best teams in North America, BTK, but just coming up shy. But I want to say this is the climb that Area 77 last season
how do you not have the MVP mode?
This season they're leaving us in 3rd place. This only tells for the future of Area 77 here in North America. But
sheesh,
tonight, as we were talking, the story is about BTK securing their flights for the grand finals to Las Vegas to take on what many would say is their nemesis in Gaming Gladiators.
I will definitely say it's setting up to be, you know, an extremely dramatic finals. If you guys weren't planning to go to Vegas, you might want to start, because this thing is going to be huge. And every single one of these matches within this series has told a story, but so have the players. With that said,
I don't know what 2 SGD is.
Nick, it's tough, man. Is it Nick? Is it Nicolette? It's gotta be Nicolette. 2-1-6. I mean, come on, guys. What do they? What Private? You take this.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, Nicolette. I mean, while
The
we were
fear
talking about
meta, bro.
like, Nicolette just
fucking go.
Hoisting up a BTK there. I mean, you see their team fight participation. We were
Singapore dollars.
Her effect with that Valentina being able to kind of take that Malefic or that Minoan Fury from Area 77 to be able to kind of be that usefulness. While I want to say the flashier plays went to basic, getting that damage off, Nicolette has been that, I want to say, that sustained one of those most dependable heroes,
chat.
most dependable players on BTK. No matter how how things are going, she's always got just immaculate placement on the map, the ability to kind of get in there to help out with a lot of these objectives, and just she's been like one of those the most reoccurring roles for BTK in the last few weeks, but not more than tonight.
absolutely. I think you said it very well. I definitely saw Nicolette throughout.
Dude, it's like it's so damn surreal, bro. Let's fucking go. That shouldn't have been that hard, chat.
Well, always playing a little bit more reserved, and you know, getting some good licks in, really, where you got to. But I'm not gonna get into that too much. I think I got
the BTK jersey. We'll find out.
You and me, man. You and me, man. How many times did we got? 1, 2, 3. Gonna be 16 different interviews, just me and you. You know, we're gonna be best friends by the end of it. Don't worry.
What they doing? BTK kind of they went off, bro. It's just it's me.
Congratulations.
It's me, Basic, and Midnight right now.
You guys pulled through, man. But
everybody else is kind of like,
so, you know, we're gonna
the adrenaline is pumping in their shit, bro.
So first off, I want to get into yesterday. Before we get into today, what happened yesterday? the matches felt neck and neck until that final game.
Yeah, it was a bit of an anticlimactic 5th game, I guess you could say. I think our draft wasn't. The draft looked to be good, but I just don't think that it was really working out for us. And also, yeah, on the 5th game, definitely more draft related, but we were making errors all throughout the series, you know.
Sure. So, what's the biggest improvement you guys have made comparing the last time you guys went up against
blew the
Area
fucking
77
audio out.
going into this one?
Last time we versed A77 compared to now, I don't know if we made too much significant improvement. I know our turtle fights are usually a lot stronger now, and stuff like that. Like, we're patient. What needs to be worked on still is definitely just like being more decisive with engages, because
I said you couldn't hear
just
it.
now
So.
versus A77 games 3 and 4, we weren't really looking for too many plays, and that's going to be like a big problem in the future.
That was actually leading perfectly into my next question. You guys were dominating in those first 2 games, and then the 3rd and 4th one, you guys, you had me feeling some type of way. What happened that you guys started losing that traction?
No Fredge. No
No
Fredge.
Fredge, you guys.
No
you guys heard it
Fredge.
first. Ban Mathilda, ban
No
Fredge. It's on the
Fredge.
list. Congratulations. So, all right. Here's a tough one. The whole world wants to know. I've had every single person, and debatably their mother.
I'm doing
ask
good,
me,
Jingle. I'm doing
Area
good.
77, GG. You just faced them both. Went both games, 5 whole matches out of the series.
Mobo
Who
Fred.
felt better?
To be honest, I would say A77 is actually giving us a little bit more of a struggle, but TOB
Yeah.
probably is the better team. I just think A77 is really, for some reason, their playstyle is very good for going versus us, and we struggle against it more than we do with TOB, to be honest.
Do you think that there was any one thing in specific that might have caused that?
I think, I don't know, for some reason, we just don't look for too many plays versus A77, and also they focus me really hard. Like the 3rd game, I got almost no blues, even though just out of nowhere they just sent 5 people into the jungle. It's really hard to deal with the jungle aggression from A77.
Maybe they think you're an easy target, man. You're gonna have to step it up coming into the finals, man. I'm telling you. But I got one more for you, one more difficult one. So this is gonna be the 3rd time going up against.
I want to be the
GG
cheerleader. I'm a
in
manager,
best of 7
bud.
series fashion.
I'm no cheerleader.
Around that Vegas area. So, is there anything you want to say to them? Whether you could say your enemies, your rivals, or even your teammates.
Hey.
I'm looking forward to go versus some old
I feel good. I
teammates.
feel good.
That's all.
My stomach was hurting the whole time.
Well, I'm not going to hold you up. I know you guys got a little bit of celebrating to do. Vegas is by no means a small feat.
I'm getting
Still
a
lot
call
of
from
practice to do,
a group chat. I'll be right
especially
back.
so that way you don't get banned out, which seems to be the common denominator in some of these tougher matches. So with that being said, assassins are us. You'll get there. But we appreciate you so much, brother, and we hope to see more from you.
All right, thank you for having me.
Got him. No, beautiful interview from Mobazane. Again, I've definitely wasn't somebody who came into into NACT being a huge fan of Mobazane, but the more I have seen from him, and especially in some of these
in
past
Vegas?
interviews, maybe I'm coming around a bit of a soft spot, and you know what? Maybe Mobazane, if you see this, start being mean to me, so we can drama.
I knew they got that.
Drama.
Fair enough, man. I think Mobazane very well spoken again with the interview. I think he knows nothing's in the bag. And I think recently we've been seeing that even from previous seasons. He's known for a while that losing is very possible. I do think BTK is in a good spot. We get the rematch, HyperX Arena, BTK I want that same picture. I don't know if you guys remember last year. I need that picture of Hoon and Mobazane with the stare off in front of the trophy again, just like we saw, you know, back last spring season. It's the spring season replay. Let this 2 weeks fly by already.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's a story as old as time when you talk about North American history. It's going to be Mobazane and BTK taking on Hoon and the Gaiman Gladiators. And what a hard-fought victory here. I know as soon as that interview started, you saw the smoke cloud coming from Zane as he was taking some victory, some victory smoke there.
Tickets are free.
Man,
yeah, I'm going to Vegas. Yeah, of course I am.
They really kind of pulled through in the end there against Area 77.
Of course I am, baby.
Like I said, that's last game, especially. You're down. You just lost 2 games. You're taking on Area 77 with momentum, and then you start the game taking deaths against Area 77. Just the mental fortitude that you need for your team. Stay on target. Remember what we've been training, what we've been practicing. Take that and be able to absolutely turn
BTK selling jerseys.
To come
Not
back
that
with a very smooth and dominating victory here tonight. And then you see, I mean, they acknowledge some of the faults there, and you know these next 2 weeks they're definitely going to be working on that. Definitely want to bring something to Gaiman Gladiator, something fresh and something new for them. But man,
like I'll also go to Saudi for MSC.
Better in this lower bracket finals.
That one's tough.
You know, I do think
that one's a tough one,
chat. I was talking to Mobazane about inside of that interview, you know, trying to find himself
I would want to, but I'd probably end up having to like quit my job.
Not always him
which
trying to be banned out, and that's where we have.
I don't think I mean, if we make it super high in there, then I might get something. But
as we were talking about finding success and finding victories, you, the viewers, can also find some victories in our final giveaway. Trex?
I mean, just be quick about it. Doesn't really matter what skin it is, because I know you want them because it's free. The tournament chest holding the Honor Blade Benedetta. And I mean,
I'd have to quit my job because they don't, unless I get vacation time, like I can't do anything.
It's probably already gone because 31 people already got it, so I'm sorry to tell you, but it's first come, first serve.
Once you work for a corporation, they own you.
You should have 2 phones so you can use the QR.
So, real quick, Private, can you take us through a recap of the day?
Well, I mean, the first 2 games going to Bloodthirsty Kings, I think I want to say scaring a lot of Area 77 fans. They thought this was going to be a sweep, but right through the mid lane, Area 77 finding their footing, found themselves 2 victories. It looked like it was going to be a reverse sweep against Bloodthirsty Kings.
Like a fucking religious.
They are the Titans of North America for a reason. They've
got
I was
talking my
talent.
chat.
They've got Mobazane and able to carry that team to a final victory and a ticket to the grand finals in Las Vegas.
I'm honestly so keen to see this, to see what happens and how everything unfolds inside of Vegas.
I don't think you can take us
the bracket. Let's see who's going to be stepping up where and how everything really panned out.
I mean, it has been quite the journey. GG and BTK.
Is that even allowed,
start
bro?
Off the first round with 3-0 sweeps. Move on to round 2 in the upper bracket.
I don't know if I can since I'm like I'm salary.
Sweeps. They meet in the
I could try to like work from. They wouldn't let me work overseas. My job has the ability to work overseas, but they don't do it.
Almost takes it away from them. Almost
I would have to see
their chance to the Las Vegas Grand Finals.
Because I'd love to fucking video record it for the team. Congrats, thank you, Smokey.
And like I said, it's a nod to GG because they're coming back for revenge. They're coming for that MSC slot.
So I think.
Will Midnight go to Vegas?
It goes without saying that there's a lot of tension in the air, and you know,
I don't think so.
Before, 2 weeks out.
I think I'll end up having to be Midnight.
It's gonna be a best of 7 in
I don't know. We'll
Las Vegas.
see.
I mean, GGBTK, what more could you ever really want?
Christmas, baby. Christmas.
It feels
in
like
July.
Well, you know,
already.
speaking of, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say that's already a landmark occasion, a landmark location. Many people would argue that that's the HyperX Arena is where we have had the best NACT finals match between BTK and OP at the time, where BTK were
Let's go,
like,
chat.
BTK, they didn't even have this close matches in the semifinals.
Fucking
Like,
let's
they
go.
were getting tore up by the Ohio brothers, and then came back for that final victory in the grand finals. Here, it's been closer than ever in the playoffs. Both of these teams on
See you
even
in
counters
Vegas.
here, and now going to be moving into the grand
Where
finals.
did I get the
know
jersey?
A lot of people are waiting for this event with bated breath.
So I don't know about you guys, all of you guys watching. Private's talking about Kelters. I don't even know what that means. So with that being said, I'm gonna let everybody go so I can go hit the dictionary and educate myself.
God damn.
So with that being said, thank you guys so much for coming out, and we hope to see you in Vegas.
I see you in America.
Vegas.
All right, chat. We're gonna call it a night. I got some administration shit I gotta do. So we going to Vegas. We'll see you there. I'll do some live stream throughout the week. BTK, BTK, BTK. See you guys later. GG.